What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Love Coach Scott Thomas. It is the Saturday night edition of The Awakening World, and welcome. A big welcome, of course, to all of our friends, our close family that's in the Zoom room, and a big welcome to all of you watching on Facebook or YouTube. A big thanks to John and Summer Raymer. They get us out to as many as 150 Facebook groups and pages. And also hello to those of you watching the replay. I know a lot of our Zoomers watch the replays, so welcome. Tonight's going to be a really fun show because it's another night that we get to collaborate with Tangela and SOULSEARCH. And welcome back to the Awakening World, Tangela.
Hi, Scott. Hello, everyone. It's so wonderful to be here with you tonight. I always love co-hosting this show with you, Scott, and bringing our amazing community together, the Awakening World community, and also just introducing our amazing SOULSEARCH practitioners to all of you and giving the opportunity for you all to interact and, explore these new modalities, healing techniques, and so much more. So thanks, Scott. I'm so excited to be here tonight.
It's really cool too, because of course, you've now got SOULSEARCH TV. And just a reminder for everybody, if you go to soulsearch.tv, you can learn all about it. She's got a whole show coming up with John Gray. We're going to learn more about that a little bit later tonight. And look at all these amazing people that are creating television shows for SOULSEARCH. And what's exciting is tonight, we're going to meet four new people, four people that have not been on the show before, at least not through SOULSEARCH, that are all creating their shows for you. And so I'm going to pop them on real quickly. We are going to meet Victoria Shaw, and she's a psychic who's going to be doing some readings for us. Another wonderful psychic who's with us is Linda McKenzie, who's done tens of thousands of psychic readings, and she's going to do a few more for us tonight. Now, Darren has actually been on the show through Christy Michaels. When we've had Christy Michaels programming, we've seen him, but it's the first time he's come to us as a SOULSEARCH TV star. And then another new friend is Navidita. Welcome. It's so good to have you with us. Now, those are all the newbies, but we have an oldie but goodie. It's my beloved colleague, Deborah Giusti, the co-founder of the Global Peace Tribe, is with us, and she's got something very special she's going to be sharing. And we also have, of course, beloved brother Omashar, who will be providing us some music. Not one, not two, but it is a 3-song night. And then my good friends Donnie and Heather are back with us. They recently did a beautiful journey, a guided journey that was a big success. So they're going to take us on another new guided journey and also a premiere of their brand new creative offering. So we've got a very full show. And then at the very end of the show, we are going to go to all the way to Switzerland, where we're going to connect with my good friend Kutira, who's got something special for us. So it's a great show. And always, we like to start with music. For those of you that might be watching for the first time, we always have live music as well as luminaries presenting. And tonight, we kick it off with our house musical artist, the incomparable Omashar of Three Song Night.
Deep breath, everybody.
Someday the day shall come when all the glory shall be thine. People will say it is yours, but I shall deny, not mine. It's by thy grace that I see. It's by thy grace that I see. It's by thy grace that I see your holy name. It's by thy grace that I feel. It's by thy grace that I feel. It's by thy grace that I feel your holy name. Someday the day shall come when all the glory shall be thine. People will say it is yours, and I shall deny, not mine. Allah, Jehovah, Brahma, Sada, Namaha. 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 Peace to all, life to all,
What a beautiful start to the show. Absolutely exquisite. Let's go to gallery review and I'll give Omastar some good twinkles.
Yes, and in recognition, of course, to Snatham Cower.
We love our Omastar. And you know, we really love seeing Eleanor Joy up out of the hospital. Welcome back, Eleanor Joy. I got your email today that you're doing better. This is one of our most beloved members of our audience who's gone through a lot of hospital stuff recently, but she's back up and dancing, and we're very happy to see that. And I also want to just remind everybody that you can always get Omastar on the Awakening World, but you can also get more Omastar by going to his website, and it's easy. It's his name, omastar.com. And if you scroll down, you'll see where you can get his music. And it's always best to get it through Bandcamp because they are the most generous at giving him a few pennies. So some shillings.
And there's, no, sovereigns, mate.
Sovereigns, exactly. Anyway, ducats.
Shekels.
Shekels. Thank you, Omastar. We love you so much. We've got 2 more Omastar songs coming up tonight. So we're really grateful for that. And Tangela, please introduce us to Linda McKenzie. And I've already got a couple of people for her to do readings for.
Wonderful. Well, Omastar, thank you so much for that beautiful song. What an incredible way for us to open up the show tonight. Thank you so much, bringing us all into that unity consciousness vibe. So love you. And so I'm excited to be introducing our first guest, one of our amazing soul searchers. If you are in Southern California, you have probably come and seen her at one of our many expos because Linda McKenzie is a regular there and her talks are always packed. She's usually speaking about developing your psychic abilities, ancient symbols, and Linda has an incredible background. She's a former datacom engineer and president of a vitamin manufacturing company and has been a psychic and bioenergetic healer for over 40 years. She's authored multiple books. She's a lecturer, a syndicated radio host who has appeared on almost all network and cable TV channels worldwide, including Discovery, BBC, Japanese TV, and has several award-winning documentaries. Linda is also the owner of the 24/7 HealthyLife.net radio network, which has over 47 hosts talking about mind, body, spirit, positive topics to help people have a healthy, happy life. And Linda, welcome. We're so excited to have you here today on the Awakening World show. Tonight, you're always with us live in LA, but we're excited to have you here on the Awakening World. Welcome.
Well, I'm really happy to be here because this is the first time I'm here, and the light that surrounds these people that are here, both the viewers and the participants, are uplifting, and it just moves you to the point where you want to encompass and give out gratitude and all these wonderful positive emotions, which is exactly what I'm about. I started out, in New York, growing up in New York and in the city. And, I was born with an Italian father and Irish mother from Boston. My father was from the Bronx. So I like to say I'm the original gimmick, half Guinea, half Mick. And what happens is that there would be a lot of aggravation and fighting all the time in the house. And so I would run to church because that was where it was silent. And one day when I was, walking home from church, there was a field, which I thought was a huge field, but actually it was just one little lot. And in the city, anytime you can get any little field, it's a big thing. So I went down and I sat in the grass because I loved the clover and the nature and the grounding and the trees. And I look up and there is God. Okay. And it was, of course, God is not a person. And, it's now we know, but he wasn't going to show an 8-year-old, somebody that was, not what she was used to. So he showed up as a guy in a white beard, but there was so much white light that was not of this universe, and it filled me. And from that day, I ended up having all 17 psychic abilities. I've done many studies. By the time I was 15, I had read every metaphysical book in the New York Public Library. At 21, I was busting psychics in New York because I didn't like them, taking advantage of people. I just didn't like that. That wasn't the way that it was supposed to be. And so then, but then God said to kind of just stop. And so I did. And from 21 until about 36, so right around the harmonic convergence, he said to come back out. And I did, and I started doing all sorts of wonderful things. And I left engineering. I was a datacom engineer for Continental and Western Airlines, and designed many, many things involved with artificial intelligence back then. And that was very hard because back in the day, women were not allowed to do any of this stuff. So I broke a lot of barriers, and then I did many, many, many things. And then my biggest accomplishment is my daughter. She's a wonderful person that is a teacher that helps society. That's my biggest accomplishment. My second accomplishment that I feel all through my life, I've helped a lot of people. I was part of the International Society for Paranormal Research for 10 years, and we helped research paranormal phenomena for the British government. I gave new information on Jack the Ripper. I've done many, 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 many things in this time. And then I got offered a TV show, 22 years ago. And I was very excited because it was going to be on Sci-Fi, and they loved working with me. And then God said, I want you to do something for me. And I said, what? I'm just about to make it, and they said, no, we want you to open up a radio network because we're going to come through some very hard times. And right now you're doing a lecture and you're a point of light. And, you're lecturing to maybe 1,000 people and you're a point of light. But if you were to gather like-minded people like yourself and start a radio network, which I gave you the datacom engineering, you were a radio host for, I was a radio host for 30 years. And so if you would do this, then that would be able to help the world. And so I did. I said, okay, fine. I said, he said, well, you don't have to do it. And I said, well, I said, if you're going to ask me to do something, I'm not going to say anything, no. But, when I get upstairs, we're going to have a little sit down and we're going to talk about this. So anyway, so what ended up happening is I started HealthyLife.net radio network. And I amassed people like Bernie Siegel and Lynn Andrews, who's no longer with us, and Barbara Marx Hubbard, who is no longer with us, and Jean Houston. And I got all of these wonderful, wonderful people to come in and do shows. And so we do 24/7. We've hit over 79 million people. So we've helped 79 million people stay positive. And what our whole goal is, and my goal is to I want to eliminate fear, because if you are fearful, then people can have the power to control you. If you have no fear, then there's no one that can control you, and you can live a better, happier life. And I also want to advance positive thought in truth, so that it's for the greater good of all, because everybody has a chance to move this consciousness up and contribute to consciousness to stop all the bad things that are happening, instead of getting into the negative and going and just even loving your cat or your significant other or your husband, your wife, your children, your friends. This always raises that frequency so that we can overcome the negative. And I really feel very, very happy and very good, because I know that we're now taking a switch to more of the positive. Every day we're getting better and better. Well, anyway, I'll be 75 in a couple of weeks. And I said, well, I better get back out there. I have about 10 books to write, and I had written 3 books before, and I had been out doing tours and doing all that. And I stopped everything working for this network. And so I started, and 2 years ago, I put out my first book, and then I put out another book this year. Symbols of You was one, and Total Mind, Body, Spirit Weight Loss Program is another, because instead of getting mad at these people trying to do Ozempic and Wegovy that is not good for you and helps you get thyroid cancer and all that, I try and give people tools so that they can do things without any drugs. And so it's all visualization. I'm a hypnotherapist. I have been a hypnotherapist for many years, healed myself from chronic fatigue from it and whatever. So then I met Soul Search and I said, oh my God. I said, I love these people. You know why? Because every single one of these people are in truth. They're not out for themselves. They're out to help the planet, the people, and you. And I'm here wanting to help you because what else is there? I mean, we want this world to be the best that it can be, and it can be. And so we want to give you all the tools to do that. So then she kind of asked me, and now we come back full circle. So here is instead of sci-fi asking me to do a television show, Soul Search asked me to do a TV show. So I said, oh God, you're turning everything around so we don't have to have that sit down. So I said, anyway, so he laughs at me. He thinks I'm funny. Oh, well. Anyway, so I'm so excited about this show. And I want to do this very quickly because I want to get to doing some readings for you guys. And so I want to just give you a little thing about what we're thinking about doing on the show. Well, I'm going to start out with a nice little monologue. Okay. And I've written some original songs because I'm going to be releasing a children's book and a record, my very first record. For my very first, I got offered a contract to sing with Columbia Records when I was 18. But the promoter went with the contract. That was before the Me Too movement. And I said, my thing was, no, I'm not doing it. So I'll go off and do something else. So, but anyway, so we're going to start out with a monologue. And then I'm going to have either a movie star, a scientist, or a visionary coming on to interview. And, you know, on my network, we have Guy Finley and Bernie Siegel. And you know, I know, you know, being in the industry for a lot of years, I can probably, and we're going to talk about their spiritual experiences. And then I'm going to probably do something, I'm thinking about doing a spinning wheel where somebody will come up from the audience, or we have our own little Vanna White, you know, coming in, giving some students, you know, like at Loyola Marymount, some credits and stuff, because I like to help empower people and share, right? And then we'll spin a wheel and I'll either do a group visualization. We'll talk about or I'll do either a group visualization, a group exercise, or I'll tell a story about a certain subject on the wheel. And I have thousands upon thousands. But anyway, so and then after that, we'll be doing a little segment called Back in the ISPR. And I happened to be in trance a lot of the times when we were doing documentaries in England, or when I was working for the sheriff's department or police departments, or solving murders and stuff like that. And so Dana Smoller from the ISPR will probably be joining me, and she'll remind me about all the stories that I've forgotten. So we're going to talk about how you can practical experiences so that we can give you understandings about the other side and what's going on. And I've worked with that from the beginning, you know. And as a matter of fact, now I have more friends over there than I have here, and they're chatter all the time. So, and then we're going to end up doing readings, about 20 minutes of readings. When I was doing readings on air, which I still do on my show on Tuesday mornings, live at 8 a.m. on healthylife.net. There's no app listening. I don't believe in all that. I mean, I was a datacom engineer. I know where all this stuff goes. So I'm not doing it. So you just click on the button and you listen. And I do readings every Tuesday for free for people, because, you know, this is where it's at. And so, and then I used to do anywhere from 36 to 42 readings and 40 minutes of that. So we're going to do about 20 minutes. So I should be able to get about maybe 10 or 15 readings in with that. And so I think it's going to be a really good show. We're going to end up with a song from the 12 albums, because the songs are all about what stops positive thought. And it gives you how to overcome that positive thought. And I did a 10-year study on that. So I've got it down to succinct. One thing God's given me is I can take an immense amount of information and make it able to be understood easily by people. So I want to share my gift. So let's go to readings. We want
Yes, please. Yes,
let's
please.
do readings. How many minutes do we have so I could?
So we can't wait. And so for all of you, stay tuned because we're going to have a lot of fun on the upcoming Soul Search TV show with Linda McKenzie. And you get a sneak peek here of her and her live readings.
That's right. And it's going to be called Live with Linda. So there you go.
All right, Linda. Well, this is our first guest is one of our regulars, and this is Ian.
Hi, Ian. Where are you from, Ian?
You got to unmute Ian.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
here. I got it. I unmuted
Oh, I'm
it.
sorry. I just need to know where you are so I can get there. What's your question, Ian?
What's my question?
Uh-huh.
Well, the last few years of my life have been some of the most exciting and challenging years of my life, and I want to know where I'm going from here. This is my 80th year.
Okay, great. See, you're older than me. I always like when people are older than me. I can't help it. I'm a woman. I can't help it. Anyway, okay. So what I'm seeing is that there is everything that you've been doing for the last 5 years is just a prelim onto where you're going. So what you need to do is over the next 2 months, you have to gather everything that really gives you joy. For example, if you see something in the newspaper or something that you like on television, write it down and put it in a folder. And then what's going to happen after 2 months, I want you to take out that folder and just write down all these pieces and parts. And that is going to be giving you some guidance on where you want to go. Because really what I see, there's 2 places for where you can go. And, sometimes you're challenged and, but you can overcome that with your mind and find ways to get around it. But so you're going to definitely be it's either going to be in front of people or in some kind of writing form that I'm seeing that you're going to be amassed and helping people in a better, greater way. But to find the exact piece, get that folder and in about 2 months, just write it out. And, and by that time I'll be on Soul Search. So, view and we'll see, we can go from there.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Your next guest is Sylvia.
Okay. Hi, Sylvia. Where are you from, Sylvia?
I'm in Central Ohio.
Great. I have a lot of people from Central Ohio. They actually want me to come out. I'm thinking about maybe doing that. So what is your question?
How can I be more effective in helping people join together collectively outside of the individual conditioning of our culture?
Well, the thing is that you actually have to just open up and allow it to come, okay? Because trying to do something, unless you let it go and work in the synchronicity of the moment, it's not going to actually occur. So what you want to do is to keep the door open, and as things come to you, work with that synchronicity of the moment. For you trying to open it up and trying to go forward with the energy is not working. So what you want to do is allow it to come to you, not for you to go to them. And you're going to be doing things through connection and even starting small groups. And that may start with you joining one group that you will find very like-minded people with, that you can move and go and grow it from there. Does that make sense for you?
It does make sense, and I've been doing my best to do that, as in being here on the awakening world, and it hasn't lined up yet. So
it will. There's no doubt about it. It's just you're trying and wanting it too much. When we have attachment to anything, it stops it from happening. You always know, I always yell at God because I say to God, you always give me something when I no longer want it, right? That's just the way it is. So you can't want it so much. You just want to just allow it to happen, because I think that that's where your blockage is. Okay.
I appreciate it, and I appreciate all that you offer. Thank you. Bless you.
I love you. Bye. Next.
We only have time for one more.
Okay.
It's our good friend George Noble.
All right. Hi, George Noble. You're a nice soul, aren't you?
Hi there.
Hi.
I
How can
am 80, just
Uh-huh.
80, the end of the
Good.
year. And I'm a medium myself, a sound healer and
Uh-huh.
psychotherapist, though I'm not allowed to do my thing here so well.
Uh-huh.
The joyful noise, gospel choir, or something.
How can I help you?
But I can pretty much match any energy and receive psychic impressions by feeling the sound vibration of others' voices. You know about that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know a lot. I mean, I taught, I taught at Omega, and after 5 days, people were remote viewing. So it was a very interesting course. But the thing is, everybody's way of getting to psychic ability is different. What I can see, since I'm going to just go for you, okay? What I can see
I do
is,
want to ask my question. Let me just
okay,
get
go
the
ahead.
question out. That was in the way of
Uh,
a preliminary.
Okay.
My magi, I'm a pretty unusual person, evidently. I've been deaf my whole life. I just have new, powerful hearing aids now that makes me much more socially visible,
Uh-huh.
blendable. And I'm told that I'm on the verge of enormous changes, and including prosperity. And I want to know how I can become a miracle millionaire, or what I can do to help
We all
make
want
things
that, but
happen.
remember one thing, we all get what we need and we all get enough, and you don't want to say you want to become a millionaire, a millionaire, because there may be more than $1 million that they have for you, right?
That's
So
right.
what
Yeah.
what I'm seeing, though, is what I got when I first saw you, is that there is a new way of doing sound healing with a frequency where you can use specific frequencies to do to work with, and sounds and progressions. I don't know where this is coming from. So sounds and progressions to heal specific illnesses, that you could actually create different sound modalities for specific people for them to heal. Okay, and you can record those and then have them sold to the people, so that they can listen over and over again, and they will be able to be healed with that. That is a gift that you have that I see that is coming. All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Linda, thank you so much for
You're
doing a
welcome.
couple little quickie readings for three of our favorite Global Peace Tribers. And I want to let people know that it's really easy to get a lot more of Linda McKenzie. I already showed you her healthylife.net radio station, but also her website, and it's her name, Linda Mackenzie, MACKENZIE.net. So it's .net, LindaMackenzie.net. And what an amazing, wonderful woman you are. What a great life you've had. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do in the next 75 years.
I know. It's wonderful.
Right?
They tell me I'm going to live to 102. God help us.
Well, it is true, actually. There's a wonderful book out called Age Wave.
Yeah.
It points out that almost all baby boomers are going to live well into their hundreds. So we've still got a lot of life ahead of us.
That's right. Just beginning.
Thanks so much,
Thank
Linda.
you so much, everyone.
Amazing. And all of you guys can tune in Soul Search TV for more Linda McKenzie coming soon. And Linda she was actually at a recent Santa Cruz event too. So not just Southern California. Linda's often at our expos. She's been most recently talking about her latest book, Symbols of You. So definitely stay in touch and stay tuned for more of Linda McKenzie. Thanks, Linda.
Hey, what's really fun is we get to have the co-creator of the Global Peace Tribe, Deborah Giusti, is with us tonight.
Which is very exciting. Hi, Deborah.
Hey, Tangela. Hey, Scott. Hey, everyone out there. So good
You've
to
got
see you
something
all.
very, very special that you're going to share with us tonight. So take it away, Deborah.
I do. And again, such a heartwarming hello to everyone. You probably remember me from 90 shows of Saturday Night Live that Scott and I did together during the pandemic, which was an amazing time. And really, these times kind of feel like that to me. There's so much intensity and challenges going on in the world, yet there's so much positive evolution that's happening. And that's what we really tuned into during those times. And Scott continues to tune into every single week. So honor to you, Scott, for continuing this. And if anyone knows me, I love sitting at the edge of the new paradigm and see what's coming in, and really in alignment with the theme of tonight, which is supporting our enlightenment journey. So after December 22, when we stopped Saturday Night Alive, I went back into my businesses and started evolving them again. I started evolving my Wishing Well Portal program, that is an email marketing company that presents all kinds of live and online events to 150,000 subscribers. I started producing online programs. I produced Egypt Reactivated, which was my trip to Egypt with the iconic huge green orb at the side of the pyramid. But what I want to share with you now is something that came through me. And when projects come through me, it's like spirit touches me and impregnates me with a creative project. It really feels like that. And people who do creative projects, especially women, know what I mean. And so this is a very important project for our time in the technology known as energy medicine. And I think a lot of you know that during these times, it's been predicted for new levels of energy healing, energy medicine, energy technology to come in. And a lot of times in the past, it's been blocked and suppressed by what I call the powers that were. And so there are new energy medicine healing technologies emerging now that can repair physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual bodies that have been compromised during these times, because there's so much pollution in our world, the toxins, the stress, the negative energies. And this is allowing us to become healthy again in our body. And then we can really take advantage of this spiritual evolution that's happening now, that a lot of these speakers are going to talk about, that's available to us now during these escalating times. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about this now. So what I'm talking about is scalar wave technology. And this was originally discovered by Nikola Tesla. And as many of you know, he was a genius and he brought many evolutionary inventions into our world, especially in the realm of energy medicine technologies. And I'm talking about scalar wave energy. And scalar wave energy is present in all living things and throughout the universe. Tesla discovered that it had healing properties, but like many of his inventions, this technology was suppressed and he was persecuted, and he did not get to bring this technology to society. But there's an amazing woman of our times. Her name is Dr. Sandra Rose Michael. She's a renowned scientist, and actually she's a Mensa category brilliance health practitioner for over 40 years. When she was a little girl, her parents were creating the atom bombs. And that can tell you where her genes came from, that brilliance. But she said, I'm here to heal people, not hurt them. And that was her mission, and that's what she went for. So she created the energy enhancement system. And what she did was take what Tesla did, she improved it, and then she put it in people's homes for 20 years and scientifically studied it and researched it. And what she found was a lot of miracle healings happened. She tried to share this technology with the world, but again, the powers that world came in and blocked her. She even had certain governmental agencies coming in to investigate her and potentially confiscate her technology. So she pulled back, but she knew at some point this would be released and couldn't be stopped. So what happened is Jason Shirka was, during that time, during the pandemic, had his show called, he was a truth teller on his show. He had a YouTube channel with thousands of people. And he was told by his people to put Sandra on the show. And he said, but my show's about truth. It's not about healing. And they told him to bring his aunt who had a tumor to Sandra's technology and see what would happen. Well, the aunt went and had a session in the technology, and her tumor went away. And Jason said, oh, that's just coincidence. I don't do healing on my show. And they said, bring your dog into the technology, because his dog had a tumor. He brought his dog into the technology and the tumor went away. And Jason said, oh my God, this is real. So we had Sandra come on the show, and by coincidence or synchronistic, after she was on the show, she got 72,000 emails from people all over the world. The show had gone viral. And so the cat was out of the bag. And now, so when I heard it, I had 3 people die just recently from cancer. My best friend was ill with cancer. I was told that I had breast cancer. So I heard it and a bell went off with me that, gosh, maybe I better check this out. I flew to Vegas. I interviewed her and she's amazing. And again, I felt that come into my belly and said, I need to bring this to where I live. So I came back and brought it to Sonoma County. So I opened up a center called the Energy Wave Center, and that was in April 2023. And we have had 1,500 people come through the center, and it's been amazing. We have had guest share testimonials on healings that it's way beyond placebo. Increased energy, physical rejuvenation, detoxification, pain relief, improved immune function, trauma and stress reduction, improved brain functioning, post-surgery recovery, emotional harmony. One guy now has ALS, and he came in, he could not speak, he could barely swallow, and he could barely move. After one session, his salivary glands started coming along. On the way home, and he hadn't been eating anything except for liquid, he turned to his wife and says, I want to go to a hamburger joint. He ended up ordering a hamburger and ate the whole hamburger with fries. And it was amazing. And he's gotten better and better. So it's been really incredible. So this is what a center typically looks like. People lay in lounge chairs, or you can lay down and you just receive the scalar wave energy for an hour or 2. And it goes into your cells, it goes into the DNA and rejuvenates it, creates detoxing, and the body self-heals. So why I'm here is because we have Dr. Sandra Michael Rose coming to our center on June 9th in Sebastopol. So she's amazing. She's going to give a presentation that's going to share her story of her research technology and the thousands of testimonies that she's had with all kinds of illnesses. And we are going to live stream it so anyone can watch it. We'll also have the replay. So if you want to get the live stream and watch it later, that can happen. So this is the kind of thing that excites me, that I want to present to everyone, because I think the healing of our planet right now is so important. And Sandra is amazing and will help with that. So I'm going to post in the chat, or Scott did, how you can sign up for Sandra's session. And it'll be a 2-hour session, June 9th, Sunday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And again, you can just order the replay and get that. She's amazing. So I'm so happy to share her with you and this technology. You can also go to Unified Healing and find if there's a center in your area, because now there's 500 centers all over the world, all over the US, and mine is in Sebastopol, but you can go on either Unified Healing or the EE System Company and find if there's a center near you.
Deborah, for people who watch on June 9th, who do the live stream, will they actually receive a benefit energetically, healing-wise? Does it work that way?
We are going to have a device in the room, and there are people that project the device through the internet. So yes, that happens. Is not as strong as going into a room and sitting there and being there. But yes, we are going to have a device there, and it is going to be projected over the internet.
Okay, beautiful. And we put it into the chat box, but for everybody who's watching at home, here's the link. You go to energywavecenter.com/Dr-Sandra. So again, it's energywavecenter.com/Dr.Sandra, Sandra. And you can, of course, from that website, there's all sorts of other things you can find, looking for other places where are close to you. So, and it's true, Deborah is always got her finger on the pulse of what's new and fresh. And she's been like that for 40 years,
Yep.
going back to when she produced the Health and Harmony Festival for 32 years. Then, of course, doing all the Awakening World shows. And she is the queen of Ascension. And so when
And I'm
Deborah,
like Linda, I'll be 70 in a couple months and I'm not stopping. So I'm right with you, Linda. We've got new sets of instructions for these time because this is showtime. This is where we're supposed to come out and share the love.
absolutely.
And we posted once on the Global Peace Tribe list, and we'll post one more time so you get the link there.
Great. Deborah, thank you so much for being with us, and have a wonderful Saturday night.
Thank you, Deborah.
Whew. Yeah, I'm going to check that out in June 9th. I'm going to try and drive up and experience it directly.
Amazing.
And I know we have a lot of Bay Area friends watching, so let's all plan on heading to Sebastopol on June 9th. Tangela, you've got Darren, and I didn't meet Darren through Christy Michaels, but I'm excited to see what the Soul Search TV magic has done, and how you're recreating Darren a little bit. So I'll let you do an introduction while I bring him on.
Sure, sure. Well, I'm excited to be introducing Darren Starwin. He is a quantum catalyst who helps people to awaken their consciousness and superpowers so they can fulfill their higher purpose and thrive. Darren is dedicated to creating consciousness raising and heart opening gatherings for healthcare professionals, healers, and seekers. Darren has written 4 groundbreaking books, including bestseller Awakening the Avatar Within. He's led hundreds of workshops and retreats and invented vibrational medical devices that have been sold worldwide. He offers a master course and live in-person retreats to help healing professionals elevate their abilities, as well as a free weekly quantum meditation on Zoom. Darren's next live retreat is coming up this July, and he has a great show coming up on Soul Search TV, which he's going to chat with us about. And he also has a great upcoming master course, which he'll be mentioning as well. So Darren, welcome to back to the Awakening World. And it's so exciting to have you as a part of our Soul Search family and one of our newest Soul Search TV stars.
Yeah, well, Tangela, I was so glad I ran into you in San Rafael at that Soul Search event, and we just connected. And about that, I never knew you were offering TV shows, so I'm so excited to be putting it together now.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then Darren, you're also at our Live Enlightenment Expo, so you will be speaking at the upcoming San Rafael Expo as well. So for those of you in the Bay Area, you can come see Darren live. He will be there June 30th giving a talk. And, we're excited to have you here with us virtually tonight and hearing more about everything you're offering to us.
Well, thank you for that beautiful introduction. That's great. Well, hello, everybody. I love sharing experiences with people. I'm a little bored with sharing spiritual philosophies, if you don't mind. There's been so much of that flying around. And what I really believe is that we have gone beyond everything we already have known in spiritual philosophies and beliefs and religions and so on. A lot of it's been so useful, and it is useful. But where we really are, our souls, our true presence, is already ascended to a much higher level. And yet it's hard for us to see it. I think ever since that movie came out, The Matrix, a long time ago, people had the idea, whoa, the world I think I'm in may not actually be the world I'm in. And the truth is that, as I see it, I don't want to be arrogant and say what the truth is. I'll say the truth as I see it is that the new earth is already here. And I just want you to take that in for a moment. Like this new earth, which is literally heaven on earth, already exists here, but it's hard for us to see it. Like I was just with my daughter in Southern Cal last weekend, and I saw ostriches up really close. I mean, I got to play with ostriches and peacocks, and it was really amazing. And I know there's this thing that when ostriches feel threatened, they can bury their head in the ground and pretend that the world isn't there. And that's what we do. We actually believe we're in this old earth that's full of competition and so many scary things. And as light workers, I really believe that we have this duty and opportunity to lead the way, to be leaders in consciousness, to first of all, to awaken ourselves and then help others to awaken. And I love the awakening world, like the name of this show, and it's amazing. So I really truly believe that each one of us is on this show. We have the purpose to bring heaven to earth and realize that this is a celebration that's already happening. And we've already done plenty of crying and stressing out and being anxious. We've already been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and maybe some that'll come in at certain times. But I love the power of light workers coming together, supporting each other in having these awakenings. And so I like to say something, if you've been, how many people here have gone through a lot of trials and tribulations and real big challenges lately? I'm virtually seeing people raising their hand if I can see it or not. Well, if you have been, congratulations, because you're on your divine Jedi Knight training right now, and it can be rigorous. It definitely can be rigorous. And so we can help each other go through it. The thing is, just know, even if it seems heavy or difficult, you are moving through, and that you're meant to be a leader in consciousness just by being yourself. So right now there's a transmission moving through this show. And the best way to receive this transmission is just tune into your heart and just feel it. It's not so much something to think about. Like, I personally grew up with a big problem, which I want to tell you about, is that I had so much suffering growing up, so much like unexplainable pain. And the trouble I had is that my parents were nice. I couldn't blame them. I couldn't blame my parents for my suffering. So it put me on this deep quest to like, well, where could all this come from? Yet, even though I felt all this unexplainable suffering, I was always aware of something that I had no name for. It was like a field of something that made me feel kind of comforted, like I'm part of something much bigger. And I had no idea what to call it. Now I call it the quantum field, and you can call it many other names. So I invite you, if you wish, to just open to this quantum field of pure love right now. There's one simple thing you need to do, and that's say, yes. Yes, I want to open up to it because it's here. And have total love and compassion for yourself, whatever you're going through. I feel like I've had 3 or 4 lifetimes within one of the things I've been through, and I don't have the time to tell my whole story. All I'll say is that I was a medical device developer, traveled the world teaching seminars to doctors and healthcare practitioners. I've written many books, created a church, Lightworker Ministry, and I've done a lot of research as a holistic healer, energy healer. But about 10 years ago, it was like I had a dark night of the soul where all my success I had with all those things and all the technologies I had developed and that people were using just wasn't satisfying me. And I felt like I needed something more, something deeper. And I went to Guatemala, and to make a very long story short, some shamans I met there and some other teachers in the USA helped me to kind of move through that dark night and awaken to this experience of the quantum field. And since then, I realized that my mission is to be a healer to the healers. I still do see individual clients here in Fairfax, California, and on Zoom, but mostly what I do is work with groups of professionals to help them elevate their work to the quantum level, because they can touch hundreds of other people. And that's when Tangela was talking about the master course. It's a program I run periodically, mostly for professionals who are good at what they do and ready to be quantum in what they do. And we do have a live retreat coming up here in Northern California in July. So this process of moving into your quantum self is not just a mental process. It's not changing your beliefs. It's a physiological shift. It's a physiological shift that happens through epigenetics, the way that your body transforms according to what input comes in. And so we're going to have a very brief guided meditation tonight and an activation, a quantum activation for anybody who wishes to receive it. And it's not going to be individual, just anybody can receive it together in this group. Now, one of the One thing I just heard from one of my friends yesterday, I think is really significant. She said that on June 6th, there's a major energetic portal which is open to people of consciousness or anybody who's aware of it. And it's asking us to move through it and totally leave our past behind. Because if you can do that on June 6th, really any time, but that's a special time, like really just whatever you've considered your trials and tribulations or traumas in the past, just bless them and just look at what the positive is in your life and just be willing to let them go and step into this new life. That portal is right here in front of us. And tonight is another one because we're all together. We're all light workers. So I believe we need to celebrate, and that's why I love humor. So tonight I'm going to share a very brief humorous video because I had a bunch of friends over my home a few nights ago, and we made a whole series of funny videos based on kind of spoofing different spiritual themes. So my new show that's going to be happening on SOULSEARCH TV is called Quantum Awakenings with Darren Starwin. It's going to actually release this coming week. So it'll be actually available by the end of this coming week. And each one's going to have a humor video in it, plus an interview with somebody who's awakening, music, and some teachings about how you step into your quantum self. So I'm now going to share this video, just about 3 minutes, and it's called the Joy Prevention Hotline. Just take me a moment to get it on here.
Hello, Joy Prevention Hotline. Can I help you?
Oh, thank God, yes. Hi, this is Joe. And I'm so glad that you're there. I'll tell you how you can help me.
Thank you.
I'm usually really depressed most of the time. I've been feeling down for like as long as I can remember. And this morning I woke up feeling this unreasonable feeling of like cheerfulness and joy and optimism, and it's kind of freaking me out. So I thought I'd better call you.
Well, how can I help you with that, Joe? I mean, look at it this way. We have global warming is about to devastate our climate. Killer storms will probably destroy a major city this year. Corruption in government is at an all-time high.
Right.
And the economy is probably going to collapse this year. You might lose your job.
Oh.
And our country, it's on the brink of becoming a dictatorship.
Oh my God, yeah, I wasn't thinking about all those kind of things, and I was just kind of feeling good in the moment.
Oh, I understand. It happens to the best of us. Nothing to be ashamed about.
Okay.
This world is scary, lonely, and devastating. The secret is to not get caught up in the present moment. Always either regret the past or worry about the future. That will put you back in reality.
Wow. Yeah, thank you. That's right, regretting the past and worrying about the future. I was getting away from that and getting caught up in the present moment. Oh, God, thank you for saying that.
You're getting caught up in the woo-woo syndrome.
Oh, God, I do not want to be woo-woo. I want to be grounded in reality. So please help me. What can I do for this?
It can be cured. I'm here to support you in getting grounded in reality again. Are you ready?
Oh, yes. I'm really ready. Thank you. What can I do? Just lead me. Show me what to do.
No worries. Now, repeat after me.
Okay.
Life is a struggle.
Life is a struggle.
There are so many things I cannot control that makes me feel afraid and helpless.
There's so many things I can't control that makes me feel afraid and helpless.
I will never have what I really want. It's hopeless.
I'll never have what I really want. It's hopeless.
There. Now that you know that, how do you feel?
God, I feel pretty crappy again. I feel terrible, actually.
Great. This is good. You are now grounded in reality again. Welcome back to mass consciousness. Are you okay now?
Yeah, I guess I'm ready just to go back to work and live in that dog-eat-dog world again.
Well, have a wonderful day, and don't forget to call me next time you're feeling irrationally joyful.
Right, yeah, okay, I will.
I'll talk you down, no doubt about it, anytime.
Thank you so much. I feel in reality again.
You're very welcome. Have a great day.
Oh, that was really, really fun. That was really fun, Darren.
Hysterical, Darren.
So yeah, we
I'm
both
gonna,
got
I'm gonna put Tangela and I on with you because you're getting a lot of comments. I'm gonna read. We'd like to include our audience. I'm gonna read some comments coming in. Carol just sent bitmojis of laughter. Richard said, "I know someone like that." Carol Craig writes, "Bravo! Sarcastic parody has me laughing." Dr. Laura says, "This is hysterical." Richard says, "Yes, it reminds me of the TV shows and news that we see all the time." And more and more, just lots of emojis and laughter coming in. That was really cute, Darren.
thank you, thank you.
Fun. We've got to have fun in the spiritual community, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right, laughter is an essential part of the path.
And on a kind of slightly serious note, what I liked that you brought up is that it's really easy to call people woo-woo. That's what we do when we want to judge somebody, when we want to cut somebody down, we get derogatory and we judge them and we label them. And labeling anything is just not cool. And unfortunately, a lot of the people on this show that are optimistic, even though we're living in challenging times, we can get labeled as woo-woo. So I appreciate that you pointed that out. Thank you.
I'm woo-woo and I'm proud.
There's a bumper sticker.
Yes.
Proud to be woo-woo.
Yeah. So,
hey, if people want more Darren, they go to his website and it's Dr. Starwin. That's his last name. So it's DR for doctor, STAR, because he is a star, Win, WYNN.com, drstarwin.com. And is there anywhere in particular you want me to point out here, Darren, that you're
maybe the home page, which is right now you're on the event page.
okay? Let me go to homepage then.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
Right. So that's the page. Are you ready to transform from muggle to magician? That's what
I love it. And I assume people can contact you here because you do provide private sessions for people.
right. And we have the two things that are going on are the free things I offer and then the paid workshops for professionals. So if you want to be invited to the free light worker meditations that we have every week on Zoom, there's this place at the top where you just click the button and it says free meditations, and you'll be able to get those invites. And also 2 videos sent to you, which some of the best meditations I know, just give it to you up front. So that's one thing. And then for anyone interested in learning about the master course, there's also ways to do that on that site. And a lot of really good information's on that website. So you can find it all there.
Beautiful. So I'm just kind of showing people what to do. Click the boxes, give your name and email address, and get Awakening the Avatar Within. That looks like a beautiful meditation. Thank you.
Darren definitely works with, doctors, dentists, all types of professionals. And even from our last San Rafael Enlightenment Expo, you began working with one of our dentists, and so she's a professional dentist. And now, thanks to your training, she is now becoming a quantum healer. So what an amazing transformation, Darren.
And I want people to know that you don't have to, it's not like you're giving up the profession you have. You can do whatever it is, chiropractor, acupuncture, energy worker, just the quantum energy lifts you to a much higher level of effectiveness and consciousness. And you become more of a catalyst for people to have profound transformations, even more than the actual technique, but they blend together very well, just doing the techniques you're already doing with that.
Darren, great work. I look forward to seeing more comedy, seeing you on Soul Search TV. And it looks like you have a very well-balanced show that you've designed. So
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the first show is done, and I believe it'll be out this coming week. So thank you, Tangela, for helping me fast track it.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. And we're so excited. So all of you stay tuned and tune in. Soul Search TV, we will be announcing Darren's show next week so that you all can dive into some more spiritual comedy as well as quantum healing and much more with Darren. So it's going to be great. And then Darren, were you going to share something else? Did we
Yes,
have?
if there's a few more minutes, I wanted to do an activation, offer an activation for this group. How much more time do we have for that?
Well, we definitely are already 10 minutes over, but if it's an experience that people are really going to be able to, because I want people to have an experience. So is this something that people will actually be feeling?
Yes, that's the whole point of this.
Okay. All right. Well, then in that case, let's go for it.
Okay. So I'm going to put on a little bit of music for this, and just we'll keep it very brief in respect of everybody's time who's presenting in the future here. There it goes. Can you hear that music?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, turn on. Okay, so please put the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth behind your two front upper teeth. And share it a different way. I think I pressed the wrong. Okay, but let's go to advanced, computer audio, there. Okay. And just relax. Take a deep breath in, and you can call all of your energy that's gone out to many different places back into your own body. All you have to do is say, I call my own energy back into my own body now. Embodiment. Then take a breath in to Mother Earth, and just simply open to this transmission if you wish, a transmission of activation of knowing the truth of who you really are as a divine being in your body. It doesn't come from me, it comes from your own divine self. I'm a catalyst for you to have that experience. So just relax. And if you wish to have that experience, just say yes to your divine self. And just feel the vibration coming into your body. This is, Scott asked, is this an experience? It is if you accept it. Vibration that's coming into the heart center, spreading through the body. And the more you relax and the more that you just smile into your own body, the more you receive it. And this quantum field can heal. So if there's anything in you that could use healing, physically or emotionally, just put one hand over the part of your body that represents that and accept it. Accept the healing energy. Because all of us together are creating this field. If anyone feels this vibration, you could go to the chat after this and share that. That strengthens it even more. Just take a few more deep breaths. Letting go of any control. We can't control this field. We can't conjure it up. We can only surrender to it, this field of our own self. We've been trying to conjure spiritual stuff for a long time. And so we do a lot more of this on the free weekly events that we do. So if you go to my website and put your name and email, you'll be notified of this beautiful community we have that gets together every week in this quantum field. I'm just going to make this very brief because it doesn't take, quantum field is not in time, it's beyond time. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish we had more time, but I know everybody else who's going to speak will bring the field in their own way.
Thank you very, very much, Darren. Really very much appreciate that. And I'm appreciating all that you're doing. You're doing a lot between Soul Search TV and your weekly gatherings. And it's beautiful to watch people like you, Linda, Tangela, all of our guests tonight who are really dedicated to bringing in an awakening world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Tangela.
Thank you, Darren. So beautiful. Thank you for that beautiful activation.
Well, speaking of activations, we're kind of going to go from one experience to the next. And I'm really grateful to Angela that my good friends Donnie and Heather are spending their Saturday night with us. They're longtime friends. I actually introduced them to each other a long time ago. Donnie and I have been working together for, God, almost 40 years. It'll be 40 years soon that we first started collaborating. He's a brilliant musical artist. Heather is quite the priestess, goddess, shamanic, everything. And they make a wonderful combination. And so welcome back. Our audience always enjoys when you're with us. And you have a wonderful new creative offering that you're going to share with us tonight. Tell us about it.
That's right. So we have this really fun collaboration. This is why we're not doing it live, because we collaborated with a super funky bass player named Todd Walker and Shoshana B, who's this amazing sultry songstress. And it's an invocation of the directions and creating sacred space. So.
Okay, so this is like people kind of closing their eyes, dropping in.
You might want to dance to this.
Oh, okay.
We're taking it to another level, another new direction.
All right, so I'll be spotlighting the people who are moving accordingly and appropriately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds great.
You know, one of the great sayings is, if you're not feeling good in life, when was the last time you sang? When was the last time you danced? And Heather and I have been doing sacred ceremony for a dozen years now. And this was one of those moments in time. And this is a live recording. We just all turned the mics on and hit the record button. And this is what we came up with when we were calling in the directions. And the whole point of calling in directions is calling in the sacred space. You know, it's so wonderful to be in a community of people that are have so much light inside of them already, you know, and we can make fun of all the troubles of the world. And truly, where we focus our energy is what we get back. So as we invest into our own selves and are calling in the 7 sacred directions, we bring in that thing I call heaven, the Great Spirit. So with that in mind, I will start this piece. Let's see if I can get it to share. Here we go.
Here we go.
We call this a great invocation. Chief Sunny Reyna says we are in the time of a great vision quest. The time of the great turning. Flames dance with passion. We call upon the element of fire. May courage and strength ignite our spirits as we embrace transformation and vitality. Archangel Michael, bring your sword of truth and cut away all the discord. Adolescence, the time of summer, the time of noon, the time when we are growing and blossoming into people. It's time to grow, expand. Fire's burning inside. Burn away all the doubt. Fire's burning inside. Burn away all the doubt. Where the waters flow with emotion. We call upon the element of water. May intuition and healing cleanse our souls as we navigate the depths of emotion and renewal. Waters flowing from the west. That's the place I love the best. Cleanse my soul. Renew and make me whole. Cleanse my soul. Renew and make me whole. Call the Archangel Gabriel, the whales, the dolphins, the keepers of the mysteries of earth, our elders. Bring us your wisdom. Help us to remember how to play, how to love one another, how to dance. In the north, where the earth stands firm and stable, we call upon the element of earth. May grounding and abundance support our endeavors as we build foundations with wisdom and stability. Aloha, light. Archangel Uriel, protector of this earth plane, be with us now. We call forth the element of earth, the creatures of the earth, the four-legged ones, the slithering ones, the crawling ones. We call forth our animal totems and animal instincts that dwell within. Be with us now. I'm standing solid on the earth. It's the place I am rebirthed. Standing solid.
unity. From the north, I set my course with tranquility.
Help us to remember how to live in right relations with the earth, how to be good stewards of the earth. May we leave the earth no worse for us being here and allow the earth to regenerate. Above us, where the sky stretches boundlessly, we call upon the element of spirit. May guidance and connection illuminate our path as we commune with the divine and higher realms. We call forth the highest angelic realm, our guides, the ascended masters, all of those of divine light who wish to be with us here at this time of the great journey.
Spirit descends from above. Fill us with your great love. Oh, Spirit descend from above. Fill us with your love, your love, your love. Fill us with your love.
Fill us with the divine codes and patterns of perfection for our lives, the lives of all humanity.
Fill us with your love.
Fill us with the divine light, divine wisdom, divine knowledge, divine inspiration.
Fill us with your love. Fill us with your love.
Below us, where the roots intertwine with the earth, we call forth the spirit of Gaia, Pachamama, Tara. We call upon the element of earth and the spirit of the earth. May strength and stability anchor our beings as we honor the ancestors in the depths of our existence. Earth Mother, we're calling you. reside. my skin, spirit within, spirit within, spirit within, spirit within. With gratitude and reverence, we call upon these directions. May their wisdom and guidance bless our intentions and our sacred dance of transformation. The directions are called, the circle is cast, and we are now in sacred space. Mahalo. Sacred space, sacred, sacred, we're in sacred space, sacred is sacred, sacred space, sacred, sacred, sacred space, sacred, sacred space. The directions are called, the circle is sacred space. We are in sacred space, place of peace, sacred space, place of peace, place of grace, it's a place of grace, sacred space, place of grace, sacred space, sacred space. Place of grace. We are here. Place of grace. We are here. Sacred space. Sacred space. Sacred. 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 Place Place of grace, sacred space, a place of grace, sacred space. Ashe. Blessed be.
Ashe. Well, that certainly created a lot of beautiful sacred space for us. Bring up my co-host and Sheila too. I'm going to read a few comments from the audience. Carol Craig writes, I love this music. It's perfect for the day I've had, which started with the Center of Sacred Stories honoring the 4 directions. So there we go. Jerry Anderson, our wild monk of the Mystic Monastery, writes, here we go, sacred place of grace. Christine writes, beautiful, thank you. George writes, I hear this tune in my head much of the time these days, different pace and rhythm variations, but in his 3rd ear. And George is a friend who's clinically deaf, but is still a big part of us. And we saw him a little bit earlier when he was working with Linda McKenzie. So thank you for sharing this amazingness. Last comment I'll read. Charlotte LaFranc writes, spiritual gorgeousness with a serious groove and a total jam.
Right? Thank you.
So people can learn much more about all your offerings because you all have a lot going on by going to your main website, which is blackswantemple.org. Blackswantemple.org.
Just click on, yeah, there you go.
But it is important, if you are not already on their email list, make sure you give your name and email address.
Yes, you get a free download of our Ho'oponopono and Metamorphosis. It's a different, another.
And where would you like me to take people on your website tonight?
Just scroll down a little bit. You can talk about our Egypt pilgrimage coming up in the end of October, which is going to be super potent. We're doing a 15-day pilgrimage. We do a lot of ceremony and sound healing activation on the Scorpio new moon. We have 2 hours in the King's Chamber private sound healing ritual for our group, and then we're between the paws of the Sphinx.
Everyone will be able to lie into the sarcophagus and get a sound healing done.
Wow.
Over the top.
Over the top. From
One
private
of the
boat
most
on
mystical things I've ever experienced.
on the Nile. And then you can always, yes, that's our Egypt pilgrimage. So we still have a little bit of room left. It's going to be small and intimate. It's not a super huge group going. We only
like
take
big groups.
Yeah, we only take like 18 people, and we have a private boat on the Nile for 8 days, and where we do more sound healing and gentle yoga and integration. I'm a priestess, and we're both clergy of the Temple of Isis and ordained Essene ministers. So we integrate the mystic of the goddess and the kind of grounded spirituality and practices of the ancient Essenes to bring some serious alchemy.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
And Scott, I just want to thank you so much for bringing such a great group of people together and really creating a potent positive vibration around the world. You know, you are a matchmaker of positive energy and love and harmony, and you have done so well. And not just in bringing us together, but just the work that you do, you and Deborah, and all the great souls that you bring. It's just a magical experience. And this is what's keeping the world together, is the positive vibrations. You know, gratitude is gratitude.
That's what we're trying to do. You know, we're really trying to keep providing
doing a great job.
Inspiration. So
yeah. And we have a temple here in Maui, so we do ongoing retreats here and also special events and rituals, moon ceremonies. So you can check out our full offerings on our website.
You know, I really want to recommend any of you who are going to Maui and you really want to experience the real Maui, not the tourist Maui, which primarily burned down. Tragically. I mean, we'll make fun of that. It's tragic. But they're in the jungle. They've carved out a retreat site in the jungle. And there's waterfalls and the bamboo forest close by, and I've stayed there many times. It's magical, and they provide a really unique experience for people. So if you're looking for a life-transforming retreat, definitely consider going to visit them at their place in Maui. And again, you can find out everything by going to Black Swan Temple.
Right. And if you want to download this latest track of ours, it's on Bandcamp. Just go to our sound healing tab in our website and then go to our Bandcamp, and you can support us that way too.
All right, so I will show people how to do that real quickly. So again, if we go to Black Swan Temple,
go to sound healing.
Sound Healing.
Yeah. And then scroll all the way down. Down.
Look at all these good things you guys have.
Bandcamp. Oh,
Oops,
you've just passed it. Those are our videos. Go up again. I see available through right there at Temple Shop or Bandcamp. Right, stop.
Right.
Right there.
Okay.
That's our Bandcamp.
There it is. Look at all these.
There we go. Sacred Space and all of our whole collection.
Beautiful.
You know, it's always such a great mystery when you just have people play music. You know, we there was no format. We were going to call in the directions because we felt that was a good thing, and we said let's start in the key of C.
Hit record.
That's about all the communication that happened, and everything else was just a magic of being in the moment. And I was delightfully surprised how much fun we had. And I mean, I love music, and it was just such a great honor to be with two other wonderful souls that supported us to create something that is got me dancing, and very grateful for the vibration.
I'm going to read two more comments because I think you'll like them. Carol Craig writes, I've said this before. I've been invited to many Egyptian experiences, having lived there for 3 years. And Donnie and Heather's have the best itinerary that I've ever seen. So that's quite a compliment.
Thank you.
And Charlotte LaFranc writes, I am totally getting that track. I need to hear it again. Probably with headphones, right? Well,
turn it up. Have some fun.
Yeah.
Happy Saturday to you both. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much,
Aloha,
Scott.
We
Thank
love
you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Aloha.
Tangela, back to Soul Searchers, and we have 2 more Soul Searchers that we have not met before. So please introduce next one for us.
Sure. So I am delighted to welcome Nivedita Ganapathy to the show tonight. She is a self-awareness coach and has transformed many lives by educating, inspiring people on how to jumpstart their personal development and live purposeful lives. Nivedita has conducted mindfulness practices at major universities like Stanford and facilitated conscious leadership programs at corporates like Oracle, LinkedIn. She actually has a master's degree in law from Harvard and master's in high-tech law from Santa Clara. And she was having a lucrative law practice, but then was called to become a speaker and coach, and left her law practice behind to really dive into this work. And she draws upon her experience in a wide range of healing modalities, sacred mysteries, and spiritual truths to empower people by expanding their awareness. She brings through a lot of these ancient Vedic practices, mantra, chanting, chakras. These are all terminologies and practices we may have heard of through our different spiritual practices, but Nivedita has a beautiful and powerful depth in all of this from the Vedic tradition, and she brings this to the modern age and the modern world for personal empowerment and practice. So Nivedita, welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you here tonight.
Thank you, Tangela, and namaste and welcome to everyone. I've been so blissed out with this wonderful music and transcended in mind. I have to gather it all back and get ready to talk about something and lead you through hopefully a short practice. And even though I've not met you, Tangela, but my business partner, Ragini, has met you, and she cannot stop talking about the wonderful time she had at the expo that she went to, the Soul Search Expo, and she said it was one of the best that she's attended. So I can't wait to attend your next one and meet you in person. I mean, we've talked, of course. So yes, I am a Vedic coach, a spiritual seeker, and a teacher. And my business partner, Ragini Mishra, and I founded this My Positivity Matters, just around the time COVID struck. I think it was divine timing. And it's a platform where we try to help people deepen their sense of self-esteem, have more hope, and by breaking through whatever barriers they have, personal, professional, and expand the possibilities in their life. And we at My Positivity Matter, we offer several things. Most importantly, we have a breakthrough session, and I use different divination tools and my understanding of Vedantic teaching to look at a person to find out why they what do they want, why don't they have it, and what it is that they need to do to be able to manifest what they want. And that is the most popular offering that we have for somebody to acquaint themselves with what we offer. I do offer one-on-one personal coaching, and most importantly, I'd like to do workshops and retreats, which is based on Vedantic, archetypes. I'm deeply passionate about demystifying Vedic rituals, Vedic mythology, and Vedic philosophy, and use these archetypes, whether they are Hanuman archetypes or the Ram archetype or what have you. There's a whole host of them to help people break through their barriers, because these are wonderful models, these archetypes, to break through their barriers and expand their possibilities. And the one thing that I would just briefly say about Vedanta is that one of the oldest scriptures, Rig Veda, there's a mantra, there's a sutra which says that Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. The truth is one, and the wise speak of it in many languages. So that is the basic belief I believe in, that there is only one truth, one consciousness, one love, and we all approach it in a different way with our contextual conditioning, if you will. And I use 3 principles for my personal, while I coach for people for personal transformation. Number 1 is that we create our own reality. When we do it unconsciously, we call it fate. When we do it consciously, we call it co-creation. Second is everyone and everything is interconnected. Nobody and no experience is in your life randomly. So all the difficult people in your life, all the difficult situations are noble adversaries. These are teachers who are here to help. You cannot think of it as, why is this happening to me? Instead thinking, why is it happening for me? They are here to help me grow, expand, and evolve. And finally, abundance is our basic nature. Now, if abundance is our basic nature, why many of us many times feel not so abundant? It takes me to my 3 next principles, which is what we think is what we become. What consciously, unconsciously, what we think is what we become. What we feel is what we attract, not what we want. What we feel is what we attract, and what we visualize is what we create. So when I coach people, or in my workshops, or in the divination sessions, what I do is I use cognitive reframing to change people's thinking. And then I use gratitude and forgiveness practices to change their feeling, because most of us are stuck with either attachment to the past, fear of the future, or anger or sadness for your present circumstance. So using, somebody just mentioned Ho'oponopono. I mean, ancient practices, not necessarily coming from the Indian subcontinent, but from all over the world, because ultimately all roads lead to Rome. So using, different forgiveness and gratitude practices to increase our vibration. And finally, visualization. I use mantras, and, so I bring in different archetypes. Just in the past, through February through May, I just finished back-to-back 7 weeks retreat programs where we used the Hanuman archetype for mind mastery. And then we used another scripture called Bhaja Govindam to connect with that universal power. So, we use those things. And basically, a little bit before I do I want to share a practice with you. Vedic coaching addresses transformation at 3 levels: at the body level, at the mind level, and at the intellect level. At the body level, unless you're aware, we are all made up of elemental composition, a blueprint. You know, we are made up of a permutation and combination of the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space, and that creates a certain personality in us. It's a elemental composition which leads to the practice of Ayurveda, where we talk. Many of you may already be familiar with the doshas, the kapha, pitta, and vata. Why is it important to understand your elemental composition? Because we all do not respond to stress the same way. Whether we fight, or freeze depends on our elemental composition. So once we understand that, we'll have more tolerance for people who are not able to fight, not able to calm down, not able to take action, because it's not that they don't want to. Their element, prakriti, or their nature is out of balance. And then we use at the mind level, there is emotional blueprint, which is addressed through the chakra system. Many of you may already be aware. I cannot go into details today because of paucity of time, but these are emotional filters. There are many chakras. These are spinning wheels, energy centers, and depending on which energy center we are most focused or obsessed in at any given point, there are 7 main chakras. That is the reality we are creating, because what we feel is what we attract. So we do chakra healing through chanting, through visualization, through grounding practices, and many others. And finally, it addresses the intellect level, is the spiritual blueprint, because most of us struggle because we think we are material beings trying to have a spiritual experience. Actually, according to Vedanta, we are spiritual beings who have agreed to have a material experience. So once we understand that, the journey becomes so much easier. So we address at the body level through Ayurveda, we address at the mind level through the chakra system, energy system, and we address at the intellect level through the philosophy of Vedanta. Now, having said that, I don't think we have a lot of time left. So I would like to actually lead you through a practice where we will together, by placing our hands at different positions on the chakras, be able to harmonize and balance our chakras. Because if all the chakras are in alignment, we need all of them. No chakra is more important than the other. And that way we go through, these 7 filters. The first one is the base chakra. Root chakra deals with our stability and security. The second chakra, our creativity and joy. The third chakra is about personal empowerment. The fourth chakra, which is at our heart center, which is the seat of the soul. Because when we say I, we don't point to the head, we point to the heart. That deals with forgiveness and compassion. And the fifth chakra, which is at the throat, is our ability to communicate, first of all, understand and communicate our truth. And then the sixth chakra, which is at the third eye center, spiritual eye center, leads us beyond the dualities of life and helps us to attune to our intuitive knowledge, not just as information from the sensory world, but beyond our senses. And finally, the Sahasrara chakra, the crown chakra, helps us unite with that unity consciousness. So what we're going to do is I will lead you through 3 Sanskrit prayers, which are very common in any Vedantic coaching or a ritual or a ceremony. I will chant in Sanskrit and I will give an English translation of it. And then I will have you go through, our palms are very powerful. We have healing energy in our palms. And that's why our body has an innate intelligence. Anytime a body part hurts, without realizing, we put our hand. Head hurts, we put the heart. Something hurts, our hand goes to body parts. Without realizing, just if you put your palm in a body part that hurts, given enough time, it will start to heal. Mothers touch their babies. All the healers use their hands in some form or the other. So we are going to use our hands with intention, where you will I will ask you to close your eyes, because once we close our eyes, it's much easier to go inward and connect with our energy. So throughout the chakra healing and chakra balancing and harmonizing practice, your right hand you can put on your crown chakra, and then I will guide you through, while I'm chanting, bija mantras. These are called seed mantras. They don't have any meaning, but as you might know, Sanskrit words and mantras have a vibrational energy. You don't have to understand for it to benefit you. So then I will guide you to put your left hand at the different chakras, at your third eye chakra, at your throat chakra, at your heart chakra, at your solar plexus, and then your creativity chakra, second chakra, so Adhisthana chakra, and your base chakra. So let's get started. I will ask you to keep your eyes closed and bring your left palm and your right palm together, bringing your intuitive mind and your logical mind together to touch your heart center, to activate your heart center. And now I'm going to chant some Sanskrit prayers and give you the English translation. So take a deep breath in, keep your eyes closed, expand and release. One more time, breathe in and expand and release. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvisha vahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Supreme Consciousness protect us all, nourish us all, vitalize us all, enlighten us all. May there be no misunderstanding between us in this gathering today. And may we bring forth our best energy to this session and gathering today. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all experience goodwill and the will to be good. May there be no suffering in this world. Asato ma satgamaya. Lead me from the illusions to the reality and truth. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Lead me from the darkness to the light. Mrityormam amritangamaya. Lead me from my identification with my limited mind and body to my infinite and immortal source. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. May there be peace in the cosmic realm, peace on earth, and peace within. So it is, by the grace of God and Guru, so it is. Take another deep breath in and release. One more breath in, inhale. Exhale and release. Keeping your eyes closed, rub your palms together to generate some energy. Place your right palm on the top of your head, on your crown, and your left palm on your forehead over your spiritual or third eye, Agnya chakra. Agnya in Sanskrit means command, commanding matter, energy commanding matter to manifest. Keep your eyes closed. I will chant the Bija mantra for the crown chakra, the Sahasrara chakra. Om. Bring your attention to the top of your head, your crown, with no expectation. Just watch, just witness and observe if there's any color, any feeling, any sensation, any tingling. Nothing to do, just watch. The top of your head, the crown, where we have just activated your Sahasrara chakra, crown chakra. This is your connection to divinity, to God, the unity consciousness. And if you feel like, you can silently affirm, I am divine. I am divine. I am divine. I am connected to the unity consciousness. Now bring your attention to your third eye center, your Agnya chakra. In your forehead, between your two physical eyes, is your spiritual eye. This is the portal that, when balanced and open, helps you to transcend the dualities of life into unity consciousness. This is your intuitive energy center, center for intuition. Shine. You may see some colors, you may feel some sensation or nothing. It does not mean anything. There is an intuitive balancing and harmonizing happening here. And we have just activated your third eye, Agnya chakra. Bring your left hand and place it over your throat. This is your throat center, your fifth center, Vishuddhi. Vishuddhi means extreme cleansing. This is the chakra, when open, helps you to understand your true nature and articulate authentically. Hi. I am truth. I am truth. I speak my truth fearlessly. I am truth. Keep your eyes, keep your awareness focused on your throat chakra. And just observe. There's nothing to do. Just observe, witness your body's innate ability to cleanse, purify, balance, and activate your energy systems and centers. Take your left palm and place it over your heart, your Anahata chakra, the center for love and forgiveness. This is the seat of your soul. If your right hand hurts, you can always balance it against the arm of a chair or lean against towards the wall, take support in some form. The Anahata chakra, unstruck sound. This is the quintessential embodiment of yoga, yug, unite. The material urges of money, sex, and power, and the spiritual urges for Sat, Chit, Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss comes together here. The current of liberation and The current of manifestation gets balanced in your Anahata chakra. Ya. Just watch and witness the contact of your hand, left hand on your heart center. You may see some colors or not. You may feel some sensations or not. No matter what you see or feel, we have activated your Anahata chakra, your heart center, to purify and balance itself. The body knows what it needs to do. All we need to do is get out of the way and give it permission to rebalance itself. Take a deep breath in and bring your left palm to a couple of inches over your belly button, your solar plexus. Manipura, the land of the shining gem, your personal power center. Watch and witness and observe any sensation or color or silence in this energy center, your personal power. This is a center for personal power. I am confident. I am powerful. I am determined. I am confident. I am powerful. I am determined. Take a deep breath in and move your left palm to over just 2 or 3 inches below the belly button to your sacral chakra, Swadhisthana. The Sanskrit word Swadhisthana means my own place. This is my center, energy center for creativity, joy, sexuality, and sensuality. This is the center where I can either create a physical being, give birth to a baby, or if I can harness this energy and bring it inward and upward, I can create the reality I wish. Va. Notice, witness, observe any sensation, tingling or otherwise, light or simply silence, knowing that your creativity center has been activated, harmonized, and balanced. I am joyful. I am sensual. I am creative. Now take your left palm and place it under your buttocks, right in the tail end of your spine, the coccyx, where that is the root chakra, Mooladhara. Mooladhara is the form of you, your physical being, your center for stability and security. La. witness, observe, notice any sensation, any feeling, any images, or pure silence and sacred space. Silently repeat, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. I am stable. I am strong. And I belong. Now visualize roots growing from your Muladhara chakra, the end of your tailbone, growing all the way through your seat, whether it is a chair, the ground, concrete, whatever you're sitting on, piercing right through it and growing towards the core of Mother Earth, all the way down, 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 until it reaches the core of Mother Earth, red, vibrant, live mother's love. Visualize yourself lying in the lap of the divine cosmic mother and connect with her for a few moments. Mother, I hear you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hoo. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hoo. Connect with the ferocious form of Mother Kali, the protector, the abundant form of Mother Lakshmi, the wise form of Mother Saraswati. Now bring your attention from the core of Mother Earth right back to your heart center and place both your palms over your heart, giving gratitude for this moment, these people, this group, this wisdom, this love, this life, this home, this family, these friends. Breathe in and say, I love you, thank you, please forgive me, I am sorry. I love you, thank you, please forgive me, I'm sorry. Love is the energy of creation. Forgiveness is the energy of purification and cleansing. Gratitude is the energy of attraction. And sorry is the karmic reset button. Because until we learn the lessons we are meant to learn, it will keep repeating itself until we are able to understand nobody is here to punish us or hurt us. They are all noble adversaries who have agreed to come down as our teachers and help us, push us, urge us, remind us to learn, grow, expand, and evolve. Bring your palms together, your intuitive mind and your logical mind, and challenge yourself for the rest of today to see that the spirit and energy is in me, that is in me, is also the spirit and energy that is in everybody else I encounter, not just humans, animals, plant, mineral world. And say thank you. Om Purnamidam Purnamadam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The universe is complete. Spirit world is complete. The earth plane is complete. We are complete. Everybody is whole, complete, and perfect. The past was perfect, the present is perfect, and the future will be perfect. Because there is one energy that pervades and orchestrates everything. That same energy that cannot be biased or corrupted. So in that energy, whichever name you give it, whichever form you connect with it, but trust that all is well. Take a deep breath in, release, rub your palms together, create some energy, cup your eyes, open your eyes into this sacred energy. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, open your eyes. Welcome back.
Thank you. That was
Beautiful.
very powerful. And, it's wonderful because so much of what you shared at the beginning are what we hear from so many of our teachers. There is a commonality of wisdom coming through, and it's wonderful hearing it from your particular tradition with your beautiful voice. And thank you for leading people through that practice. I'm going to read a few comments from our audience, and then we really need to move forward because we're about 45 minutes late. But Richard writes, that was terrific. Thank you. Carol sends roses and a namaste. Dr. Laura says, thank you so much, Navi. I got it the first time. Nivadita. That was spectacular. That's from Dr. Laura. Sylvia writes, offering this print of Lakshmi Durga Saraswati. Namaste and thank you. Kathy writes, so beautiful. Carol writes, Ayurvedic, boy, I'm struggling here. Ayurvedic modalities always give me so much inner peace. Namaste and thank you. And just a lot of comments coming in about how beautiful the chanting was and practice. So thank you so much. How was your experience, Tangela? What did you experience?
Very powerful. Thank you so much, Nivadita. It was such a deep practice. I know it was a short time for you to take us through an entire chakra balancing experience, but there was such a depth to that. And also, many of us, may have experienced chakra healings, but for you to take us through the Vedic chants and give us the, multidimensional meanings of what's occurring at each chakra at every level for us. That was really beautiful, really powerful. Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
I would urge people to use this practice once a day, maybe twice a day, and spend 2 minutes at every chakra. You will not regret that practice. It'll be so beautiful.
Thank you. And for people who want to get more of you, her website is right here. It is mypositivitymatters.com. What a wonderful name for a website. mypositivitymatters.com. And people can become members. Now, what takes place when they join your group? It looks like you have a lot of offerings here.
Yes, we have two things. One is that every month of the annual membership, they will be part of either a chanting or a meditation, or we have at least 4 or 5 times during the year, there are cosmic portals, both Vedic and otherwise, where we lead people through ceremonies and rituals. And but these are going to be all mostly on Zoom, like full moon rituals and other stuff like that, Lionsgate, a portal and things like that. And also we talk about very secular subjects about, law of attraction, how to be more intuitive. Recently, we did a workshop on switch words and affirmations. And every month they're exposed to a new tool or technique or tip where they can, use it and see for themselves, because not everything works for everybody. Not everything resonates with everybody. So we, share different tools. Plus they, throughout the year, we do various workshops. And if you're a member, you get a discounted price on that.
Beautiful. Well, thank you very much for that beautiful chakra balancing experience. Welcome to Soul Search TV, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Angela, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Nivedita. It was wonderful. And so you guys stay tuned. You saw the powerful practice here today. Nivedita will be sharing much more on Soul Search TV, and will be at some of our upcoming live events in the Bay Area as well. So you can be with her live in one of our upcoming expos. So see you soon, Nivedita. Blessings. Namaste.
Well, I think after all that, we need some music. We need to move and groove.
Yes.
And beloved Omashar has been with us from the start, and he is still there ready and raring to go. How was that practice for you, brother?
The practice was awesome. Nivedita, I think that you rock. I love the way that you transliterated everything into English, and I was touched completely, in and out. That's really, so there it is. Namaste. Thank you. Yeah.
And Omashar is written to people, but for our people watching on Facebook, the song is about to play will ground us. And the main line in the song is, "The giants awake now." And that refers to our higher consciousness, the great mystery, mastery, that's being fully awakened with us all. So that's the consciousness we shall hold during this next song.
What's this feeling deep inside of me? New adventure, a whole new journey now that I see, and my head's above the water. I am new, I am life. Everything I dreamed of. Whoa. Look what's happening. The giant's awake now. His eyes are open, seeing to the dark of the night. I see glory shining through me. I am here, come to me. It's an open invitation. Whoa. What's that over there calling to me? Mystery beckoning. Could it be destiny? It's my life, it's my waking dream creation. I am clear, I am free, I am joy in incarnation. Whoa, da-dum-da, dum-da-dum-da, dum-ba-dum-ba, dum-ba-dum-ba, dum-ba-dum-da, dum-ba-dum-ba, dum-ba-dum-ba,
That was awesome. And look at everybody up and dancing. Darren and George, Susan, Andrew, Adora, Eleanor, Joy, Lynn, Leaf, Victoria, Sylvia, Roger, and Bonnie, Richard, all moving and grooving to that beautiful Omashore music.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. What an amazing lineup we have tonight. It's like just go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And maybe not the best, but I'm going to say it anyway. The best is yet to come.
Well, we do have psychic readings coming up. So
I know, right?
Right. So our last main guest, is going to be providing some psychic readings. So if people want a reading, put your name in the chat box right now while Tangela introduces our final guest.
Yes. So I am so pleased to be introducing Victoria Shaw. It's her first time here on the show with us tonight. She draws on both her intuitive gifts and training in counseling and psychology, because she actually has a PhD from Princeton in psychology. And she combines all of this and works with you to connect you to your own inner wisdom. And in each session with you, she connects with your spirit guides, deceased loved ones, source, and your highest self to reawaken the wisdom of your soul and support you in seeing your life from a more soul-based perspective. Her messages are clear, loving, and inspiring, and people emerge from working with her with a deeper sense of peace, trust, clarity, purpose, and intention. So whether you're grappling with an important decision, striving for a healthier lifestyle, or just wanting to gain a better understanding of your inner self and your soul's path, Victoria Shaw, with all of her intuitive gifts and training, she is here to support you. And so welcome, Victoria. Thank you so much for being
That was
on the show.
beautiful. Thank you for that. Thank you. And thank you for having me here. This has been like overwhelming. It's been just absolutely overwhelming. And I kind of want to cut to the chase because I know that we're running behind. And so I'm going to introduce myself really quickly, tell you very quickly about the show as we're starting to bring it together. And then I want to offer guidance because that's what I do best. And that's what I love to do. So yeah, I'm Victoria Shaw, and I think of myself as an intuitive counselor, spiritual guide. I'm a podcast host. I'm a retreat owner. I'm an author. I'm lots of different things. And I'm also a spiritual seeker. And I have been, as long as I have been on this planet, Yet it took me many years to sort of understand that that's what it was, because I was raised by a not a very spiritual family. And so I had these philosophical questions. I remember, talking to spirit as a child, but I didn't know that's what I was doing. And all of this led me to get to a passion. I had a great passion for understanding these big questions, like what is consciousness and what's the relationship between our mind and our body? How do we understand the world? And so I did the only thing I knew how to do. I got a PhD in psychology and at a very fancy school. And I got to the end of that journey and I realized my passion was gone. And it took me probably another 5 to 8 years to figure out why. But all those big questions that I wanted to ask, I realized I could not answer them in the lab. And though I love science, it'll always be my dear friend. I just needed and wanted so much more. So I took some time off and I started to raise my family. And but I knew there was something else I was supposed to be doing, and my kids were struggling. And I had this very out of the box pediatrician who I thank God for, because he introduced me to this whole world of woo. He started sending me to acupuncturists, which was like really out of the box for me, okay? And cranial sacral therapists, and then medical intuitives and astrologers. And I discovered this whole world of spirituality that I didn't know existed. And the one message that I got from everybody was that, Victoria, you're so intuitive. You need to do something about this. You need to start using this. And so I did. And from the moment I set that first intention to awaken my intuition, everything about my life changed. It changed for the better. And I follow it now. That's all I do. I live intuitively and I follow my North Star, my inner wisdom through pretty much everything. And I have never looked back. And so what I love to do in my work, in my teachings, and pretty much everything I do is to help people find that wisdom within them. Because I can look back in my life and know everything I was ever rewarded for, including the things that, my intellect took credit for. And people said, you're so very smart. Well, I wasn't really smart at all. I was channeling, I was hearing my guidance, I was connecting to my inner knowing, and we all have it and we can all do that. So that's what I teach. That's what I do. And I have to tell a really quick, funny story about the TV show, and then I want to go right on to readings. Okay. So the funny story is I've been a writer my whole life. I've been somebody who could lose herself in words, and writing was always my strength. And it made up for some places where I wasn't very strong, because I actually, for someone who's extremely educated, I have 3 advanced degrees in addition to a college degree. So I went back for more school after Princeton. But writing has always been my passion. And I've written 4 books. I've published 4 books in my other life. But I kept thinking, well, now that I got to write a book on all this stuff that I'm doing now, right? And so in 2019, I took a weekend off. I went to the beach and I said, I'm going to start my book. It's time. I'm going to start my book. And sat down with my computer, family's away, all by myself, beautiful place at the beach, and nothing's coming through. Nothing. So I went for a walk at the beach. Started recording myself talking, and all of this amazing stuff started coming out of my lips. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to dictate a book. I mean, usually I'm a writer, but I guess if this is how it's flowing, I'll follow it, because I always follow where things flow. And what I soon came to discover was that what I really was longing to do was start a podcast. So in March of 2020, I had enough episodes and enough things put together that I started the Intuitive Connection podcast, and have been at it nonstop for 4 years. And it has been one of the greatest adventures of my life. And so, but my guidance, my spirit guides, which I am very much in the habit of talking to now on a regular basis, said to me, in my frustration of not writing my book in 2019, they gave me a date and they said, 2024 will be when you write your book. So now we're in 2024, and I think it's very ironic that I am now thinking about starting a TV show So I do believe the book is coming too. I really, 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 really do. But I was thinking about that, and it just cracks me up that sometimes our mind thinks it knows something, but our spirit, but our soul knows so much more. So that's my whole story. The show, the working title, we haven't started taping yet, is Living in Alignment. And it's all about the ways in which we can start to experience our life more from that soul-based perspective, so that we can live in more joy, more peace, more freedom, more magic, more abundance, because that's your birthright. And I want to see you doing that.
Fantastic. Sounds great. And we've got an amazing person for you to do a reading for.
Okay.
She's been on the show as a guest. She is a brilliant author and really one of the great minds. And she's become a fan of the Awakening World, and that is Dr. Elizabeth Sartoris. And for people who know her work, she's a very wonderfully acclaimed author, philosopher, poet, scientist, and many other things. So she has asked for a reading from you, Victoria.
Beautifulness. Do you have a question that I can focus my attention on?
Not really.
You
I've been
don't really? Okay, that's okay. That's all right. And you know what? I need to say my little preamble for everyone, because this is very important. The way that I see the work that I do is that, like I said, we're all intuitive. We all have that knowing. We all have the connection to soul. And sometimes when we are in our very own life, it's really nice to also hear it out of someone else's lips, right? Because we're all in this together. And so what I see the work that I do is to help you reconnect with what you already know, basically. So it's a pretty easy job. So I invite everyone who gets a reading today and everyone who listens to me giving these readings too, because I find that we learn from each other. And even if you are not on the hot seat, you will probably get something out of this. Always vet it with your own inner wisdom, right? Does this resonate? Does this make sense? Does it feel right? If it doesn't, please let it go. I hope it will, but I want you to know that you are always in the driver's seat, and that I feel that, the gift that I have is to, be the channel for you to hear your own guidance. Okay. So Elizabeth, let me tune into your energy. I usually say a prayer first, but it is all good. And I'm just playing with your energy a little bit because it is ginormous. And when I tune into your energy, my beautiful friend, there's something a little bit going on in your heart. There's a little bit of, I don't know if it's quite sadness, but just a little touch of regret and I don't know if you know what that is, but and a little bit of a weariness. And I feel a little bit in your second chakra and first chakra as well. There's a little bit of a tiredness there, and a little bit maybe of a little bit of self-reflectiveness of like, have I accomplished in my life what I really long to do? And, I had the honor of losing both of my parents this last year. And as a medium, as well as a daughter, it's been a very interesting experience. And one of my things that my dad showed me, as he showed me, like, as he crossed over, he showed me, it was a couple of days ago on a hike, the pops and the things that he remembers from his life. And he said, all of the things that stuck with me are the moments when I experienced pure joy. He said, yeah, I accomplished things. Yeah, I got stuff. But what I was really shown when I look back in my life were those moments when I was truly happy. And Elizabeth, I feel that if you look at your life, you're going to see that you have so many of those moments of satisfaction, so many of those moments, not just for yourself, but in your relationships with others, because I feel that you have been always a catalyst for other people to really hear themselves, feel heard, and ignite their magic. Does that sound like you? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So what your guides would like you to know is, in this next phase of your life, focus on the joy. Focus on the joy. Focus on giving to you. The biggest gift often that we can give to others is the joy that we feel ourselves, because we're all connected. You already know this, and we're all in this together. And so our own joy is actually the greatest gift that you can give to uplift the planet for reals. And for you, they just want to say it's well earned, it's well deserved. And all of the love that you have given and received, right, is just ginormous. So they just want you to revel in that. It's not always about what you do. right? Or what you accomplish. It's about the beautiful light and love of who you are. So namaste.
We have one other person who I would love for you to do a reading for. This is Andrew, who's one of our dear friends coming to you from New York.
Hey, I'm a former New Yorker. Three years on this not couch.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm actually outside on the street, so hopefully it won't be too loud. The cars
That's
running
so
by.
cool. Are you on the streets of like New York City?
I am. I don't know how to change my background, but I'm on 72nd Street in Broadway.
Oh, wow. All right. I was 72nd or 69th and 2nd for about 8 years. So I was actually right around you too for my last years in New York. Anyway, my friend, what would you like guidance on today?
Honestly, I don't know, but I'm just wanting to do my mission more and get that going as opposed to stalling.
Okay. Do you feel like you're stalling? Is that the question?
Huh?
Do you feel like you're stalling or the mission is stalling? I missed the last
No,
little.
no, I've been doing stuff. I mean, I do an Earth Day event for world peace, and that's part of my mission. And I've been doing that since 2007. But I just recently, on last Monday, finally got a title for my poetry book, which I've been not being published since 2006 or 7 when I finished the last poem. And then I got a couple more around 2015 to 2017. But I don't have any more poems. The poetry book is complete. I just need to publish it.
I feel a lot of energy around that book. Ooh, I feel full body tingles around that book. It feels really, 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 really solid and really, 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 really good for you. It's a heart offering. You're very analytical too in the way that you do poetry. So it's like, it's a philosophy offering. I think it's really, really, really beautiful. And, I think our first psychic today was sharing this, sometimes we have to release to receive. And so I'm echoing that. But for you, what I feel is just look at it as like a labor of love. Look at it, this beautiful thing that you completed. And don't really worry about finding the right publisher, do the right, I would just try to get it into people's hands. Try to get it into people's hands. You may end up teaching around it. You may end up, doing readings from it. I feel like it's really sort of the center and the catalyst of what you'd like to offer to the world. And the only other thing may come in is if you have the opportunity to get it published through, traditional channels, go for it. I don't think that's off the table, but don't wait for that. Don't wait for that. If you self-publish, if you start speaking at bookstores, if you start going to poetry readings, please make this the center of your offering. It's a labor of love. You put so much effort and time and attention to it. It's a beautiful gift and offering to the world. And I do see you teaching off of the poems that you've created. Does that make sense?
It sure does, because all my poems are, many of them are about oneness and peace and waking up to, so yeah.
They're beautiful. So I would get them out there in as many I feel like I'm saying multi-sensory, but just as many channels as you can. Have fun. And I can't wait to see where it takes you. It's really cool.
Thank you so much, dear. I love
really
you.
fun
Thank
to
you very
connect
much.
with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Very
Thank
welcome. Say hi to my old city for me.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're so very welcome. Thank
That
you.
was great, Victoria. Wow. Thank you.
How is it for you? You had mentioned that sometimes you connect people to those deceased relatives, deceased loved ones. How does that work for you? That's an interesting talent.
Yeah, so I was never trained as a medium. I'm not an evidential medium, which means I mostly preach to the choir. Usually my clients, they already think I can do it, so that saves a lot of trouble. But yeah, it just developed spontaneously for me, just when everything opened up. When you're talking to spirit guides and talking to spirit, then it makes it real easy also to talk to the deceased. And as my work as a counselor as well, because I also have a master's in counseling, which I got after my PhD in psychology, after my intuition opened up, because I wanted to ground what was coming through in some solid clinical skills as well. In grief work, in trauma work, and the the loved ones would just come to me. They would just come to me. And, you know, oftentimes they would just want the people left behind to feel peace with, you know, whatever happened around, you know, the death, to just feel peace in their lives. Because when we cross over, we're not in pain anymore. We're not in fear anymore. We're basically just, you know, in a state of love. And yeah, sometimes we are still doing our own growth and development on the other side, but we have a much more expanded perspective. And so, you know, that's your opportunity for those of us who are living. If there's still unresolved stuff, or if you ever want to talk to them, you know, first of all, they always hear you. They're always available to you. You probably hear them too. I always say too, if you think it's a sign and it makes you feel good, it is. And, you know, our loved ones in spirit, our spirit guides, we all have them. They love the pants off of us, and they're always supporting us. And I think that the more we recognize that and the more we know it, the more we open up that conduit and channel for ourselves more and more.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for the wonderful work you're doing. I'm going to bring our beloved Tangela on as we kind of wrap up this part of the show. And you are offering a really beautiful gift, I noticed.
I am.
It's a free ebook. And again, everybody, you're going to find this by going to her website, which I'm going to pull up right now on the website. Where are
Can
you?
I point out one more thing on the website that I forgot to tell you about? Do I have time to do that?
You do. Tell us.
So at the very top, you'll see there's a retreat at Cactus Blossom Retreat, which is here in Escondido, California. It's a beautiful, beautiful space that I'm also the owner of. And I'm doing an Awaken Your Intuition retreat there, September 26th to September 29th. And I'm bringing it up now too, because I'm pretty sure that if you come to that retreat and you want to be, you might be on Soul Search TV, because I think we're going to do a lot of the filming there at that very retreat. So I wanted to bring that up now. If that's something that speaks to you, reach out to me and let me know, because I think it's going to be a really fun experience and opportunity. And I also have a free ebook that's under the Silly Pop-Up, which is another free thing that I have that's fun to play with.
Well, and this quiz, you know, what is your spiritual superpower? I want to take the quiz.
Okay, go for it. It's really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Victoria, you have wonderful, wonderful energy, as you know, very effervescent and very dynamic. And Tangela, any last thoughts you'd like to share?
Thank you so much, Victoria. That was amazing. And we're super excited for your show. And that's great that you're going to be filming at your retreat. So for those of you who want to be on Soul Search TV, here's one of your opportunities to develop your intuitive gifts and also be a part of this amazing show that Victoria is going to be creating for us. We're so excited.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us tonight. It's been fantastic to meet you, and looking forward to diving in further with you and with all that you do.
You too, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. Well, I want to remind everybody about Soul Search itself. And the main website is soulsearch.io. Definitely put in your name and email address and get on the mailing list. And it all started with finding a practitioner, and that's where Tangela searched far and wide for the best and most amazing people. And you've seen so many of them now on the Awakening World. I think we've had 20 or 25, maybe even more of your practitioners on the show.
Or much more, I think, because we've got so many shows together.
That's true.
I think like maybe like 60, but it's amazing. We love to, you know, we have such a powerful and diverse group of practitioners, you know, as you guys have seen here today, psychics, mediumship, quantum healing, Vedantic healing, and so much more. And, you know, for us at Soul Search, we're really about supporting you on your awakening journey, wherever you are, whether you've been on the spiritual path for the last 40 years, or just yesterday, you were like, I need some support with this. I need some guidance. I need some help. We're here for you. I mean, the journey is different for everyone. There's a million paths to the same place. So that's what we're all doing. We're all paving our way together. And you can find all of our amazing practitioners from tonight on Soul Search, as well as so many more. You can go to soulsearch.io. And we're so excited about our most recent offering we have now, Soul Search TV. Everyone here is a part of Soul Search TV, and we have so many shows coming out. You can go on the channel now, watch shows on your divine intuition, ascension codes, mediumship, and so much more. And then, of course, you can join our Soul Search Facebook group, our Soul Search Spiritual Awakening group. Invite all of you to join, and also follow us on Instagram. And on Soul Search TV, we also have a great new pay-per-view offering launching in June with John Gray. He is going to be offering a relationship mastery class for 6 weeks. So that is going to be 6 weeks on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific. So definitely, I encourage you guys, if you're single, if you're dating, if you are committed, I encourage you guys to check out this class, because he gives so many tips. John Gray is a regular at all of our live events, so a lot of you may have seen him there. But he really goes into so many practices, tools, and tips on really growing and building your relationship. And I'm going to just put the link in the chat so you can check out, I'll put it in the chat in a little bit, but you can check out the show. And also, I wanted to share, Scott, just
Yeah, you're going to show the video?
Yeah, let me show it right now. Let's do it here.
When you love someone, you are in unity consciousness. You're feeling oneness with them. But if you find, as a man or a woman, if you're feeling one with your partner and you don't accept that part of them, then you have resistance. So really what you resist is always something within yourself that you're not embracing inside. But if you nurture and support, by supporting my wife, she's being healed, supported, loved. My own female side is being loved, and that's the soulmate relationship.
So that's just a brief clip of my interview with John Gray for our show on Soul Search TV, The Enlightenment Experience. And you can go onto Soul Search TV to watch the full episode. It's live already. And then also you can go on to Soul Search TV to learn more about the class. I think most of you are familiar, but John Gray is the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, as well as I think 20 other books on relationships. And he is here with us. Also, he's starting a weekly free meditation on Instagram and Facebook. So every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., he'll be doing a free Radiant Mind meditation. So you guys may know him as a relationship expert, but he was also the assistant to Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, the founder of Transcendental Meditation, for 9 years. So he is very, he's a meditation master, and he's committed to sharing these meditation techniques that he believes has supported him in all of his worldly success with the world. So he'll be giving a free meditation every Wednesday at 9 a.m. You can join live on Facebook or on our Instagram. So definitely tune in there. 9 a.m. Pacific, Omashar. Yeah, exactly. And then if you're ready to take your relationship skills to the next level, I invite you guys to join the live 6-week masterclass. 2-hour sessions for 6 weeks, including half an hour Q&A with John Gray. It's $96. He's giving dating tips if you're happily married, want to keep your romance going, and so much more. Even our team is so excited about it. Even my social media manager, who is a really young woman in India, she's like, who is this guy? He's amazing. So definitely, I popped in the chat. I did a Facebook Live interview with him this week about the class and about the meditation. So I encourage you guys to check out that Facebook Live interview. You can learn more about the class that's coming up, and we'll be starting Wednesday, June 12th. So tune in for that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for all the wonderful things that you do. And I guess the last thing we want to mention is the Soul Search Enlightenment Expos.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, so didn't want to let you forget that. And,
no, of course. Yeah.
And this is where you can see a lot of the people you've seen on the Awakening World, a lot of her best psychics, healers, guides. And it's really like a little miniature whole life expo. And you've got quite a few coming up in Scottsdale, San Rafael, Santa Clara, Burlingame, that's just south of San Francisco Airport, and Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
So a lot for our Northern California friends.
A lot. And we will have Southern California as well. We just have not announced those dates yet. And then we'll also be, coming to Reno as well as Las Vegas. But we have Scottsdale coming up June 15th and 16th. That's one of our biggest expos. It's here in Arizona, where I'm based in Sedona. So Scottsdale is coming up June 15th and 16th if you guys are in Arizona. And then we have San Rafael coming up June 30th. That's also one of our most popular expos. But you can see Linda McKenzie there. You can see Darren Starwin will be at the San Rafael Expo, so you'll be able to see him live. I know Nivedita is planning to come to the one in Santa Clara coming up in July. So definitely, and I'm sure Victoria and Linda will be at some of our upcoming SoCal ones. So, our expos are always an amazing place to be able to connect with our practitioners, hear them speak, get that mastery course live, and also be able to do some mini sessions. So hope to see you all there. I know a lot of you guys come to our events, so keep coming, bring your friends, bring your family. We're here to really keep sharing and expanding this energy, bringing in this new age of high consciousness that we're all co-creating together.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Tangela, for being just a fantastic co-host and bringing so many amazing people into our awakening world. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott, for creating this global Peace Tribe family for all of us and all that you do. Love you so much.
Love you too. Wow, what a show. And there's still more. I'm going to introduce you to my good friend, Couture de Coster. We've been friends for almost 40 years. She's a world traveler, travels all over the world. She literally was in the Bay Area for 2 days. Now she's in Switzerland. Then she's on to Greece. And she leads amazing trips to magical places, including Bhutan. Some of you may have heard about Bhutan. It's a very, very unique country. It's the only country in the world that bases, most countries base their success on gross national product. They literally base their success on gross national happiness. They're dedicated to everyone being happy. There is only one street light signal in the entire country. It's still very, very traditional, but in very magical and wonderful ways. A lot of what, the magic of Tibet, which got lost when the Chinese invaded, is still in Bhutan. And so we're going to learn all about Couture and her trips to Bhutan, her trip to Tahiti, or just going and being with her in Maui. So let me introduce you to one of my most beloved friends in the world, Couture de Coster. And I really encourage all of you to, whoops, I pressed the wrong button. I really encourage all of you to consider joining her because she's a very, very magical being, very magical woman. Here we go. So as we're talking about tools for raising our consciousness, there's a wonderful quote by Mark Twain, which is that travel is the cure for prejudice and ignorance. And so now we're going to give it a 2024 spin. Travel is a way to achieve higher consciousness because it expands our awareness, it expands our horizons. So I'm really grateful that I've been able to get hold of one of the great world-class travelers and travel guides, who also happens to be one of my dearest friends, and that's Couture de Coster. She leads journeys, which we're going to learn all about, all over the world, including exotic places such as Bhutan. But she has also created a remarkable and very beautiful eco-retreat in Maui. It's my favorite place to go to. It's where, when I got married, my wife and I stayed there. She performed our wedding ceremony, and she's a very beloved and blessed friend. So welcome back to the Awakening World, Couture.
Well, aloha, and thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be in your show. Thank you.
So I'm going to start by showing the video of your Maui retreat. Let's take a look at it, and then I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about it. And this is your home that I can remember you first showing me when we were up on Point Surrender, looking at the land. It was just jungle, and you had a vision, and this is what your vision has manifested.
Yeah.
Lai o vai ale ale la I vai lua ho kia lai kalani ka papa au vai a ka vai kini ala ia la e no na loka ipuha a ka lau la mau ka o ka pae mai pa I ka lea he o le ka hea mai e kumamaloko
And by the way, everybody, that was Kutura. Her voice, the first part, the Hawaiian chant, was Kutura, who does beautiful music with her husband, Raphael. So tell us a little bit, when people come to Maui into your eco retreat, what are some of the things that they're going to experience that's going to help uplift their spirits and raise their consciousness?
You know, it surprises me each time again and again when people say, as soon as I came to the land and stepped onto your land, I felt spirit touching me. And in the beginning, it was yeah, that sounds really great. But you know what? It is really happening. Our land is so spiritual because we have been the caretaker now for over 30 years, and we have treated the land with utmost respect and developed it with such care and love and rituals. So when people come in a space where they can be in a magnetic field, free field, and feel the rituals, the places, the blessings, away from the hustle and bustle, they start to focusing into themselves. But who is the teacher? Nature. The nature around you is what gives you new insights and like new beginnings and new letting go. And yes, I really remember so much with you, Scott, when we were on Point Surrender and we envisioned the land. The land was just a piece of jungle. There was nothing on it. And now, if you come back, this was actually an older movie, an older video. We have put so much more beauty in it. And another thing I have to tell you, which is incredible, what people say when they come, they got touched by our chickens. I have 27 lady hens. I picked them up at the airport where they were a day old. I took all of them out, gave them a little kiss, brought them to the water and nurtured them till they could roam around. When they see anybody, or especially me, they come like a flock running to you and want to be picked up and petted. That is beauty, and the animals and people get to experience just the love of the land. And so where can you go somewhere better than to our place? we're also totally off the grid, sustainable, have our own water, our own electricity, our own roads. We are really self-sustainable.
Beautiful. Now, we're going to take a look at a second. A lot of people have always fantasized about going to Tahiti. So you are leading a tour to Tahiti. And again, we're going to take another look at a video for a minute that'll tell us a little bit about that.
Imagine yourself on a journey to Tahiti, where you will experience an adventure like no other. You will find yourself immersed in a world of natural wonder and vibrant marine life. Each day you will set out on a private boat with local stewards of this beautiful environment. Your mission: to swim with the whales and immerse yourself in their world. As you glide through the water, the majestic whales will surround you. The gaze of a whale will connect you with an ancient wisdom that has existed for millennia. And when you encounter their newborn babies, you will be filled with a sense of joy and wonder as you witness the miracle of life in the heart of the ocean. Come, celebrate the island life, its people, and the profound connection between humanity and nature. Maruru, thank you.
Beautiful. And when is the Tahiti tour taking place?
That's on October 5th to the 12th. And why Tahiti? If I'm living on Maui, the whales come here too.
Right.
But I want you to know that for me, of working with Dr. John Lilly for so many years and being immersed in with whales and dolphins was a part of my life. And then when he died, that was in 2000 something, and also everything changed here on Maui. The regulation became very, very strict. You cannot swim with whales here anymore. You get fined very heavily. So last year I got to Tahiti and there was like free. You could interact with them. I got back into the groove of what I had with John Lilly. And that's why Tahiti is the perfect place if you really want to swim with whales, where you want to see them underwater, where you would like to see them looking into their eyes or being close to them. And the waters is nice. And another thing which, when I arrived 30 years or 38 years on Maui, I remember very well how the coral reefs and everything was around at that time. It's no longer in Maui that bright on corals because they have really taken some beating from the big high tourism. And in Tahiti, it's like I arrived 30 years ago. So it's a little island, and if you want to come with me, please, I would be happy to go swimming with you.
And you know, it's a whole other story, but many of you might remember John Lilly. He was who created the whole idea of the cetacean nation. They basically made a movie about him called Altered States. And I had the good fortune to get to know him through you, Katura. Katura was like his adopted daughter, and she would go out with him on whale watchings. We went on a few together. I remember being with you for his 80th birthday party also. And he was really, really quite a significant person. All right, the last adventure that we're going to learn about that Katura leads people to is to the extraordinary and unique country of Bhutan. And Bhutan is a very magical country. And once again, let's take a look at a short video about her upcoming tour to Bhutan.
Kuzu Sampo. Many greetings from Bhutan. As you can see behind me is the famous tiger's nest.
I just came from there. I'm hiking out, having lunch up there in the mountains, overlooking the beautiful valley. I have been here many times, and each time hiking up to this magnificent, mystical, magical place touches my heart and embraces my soul. This is my invitation for you to join me for next year, or this coming year if you watch it later. Come, this is a magical land.
and there's so much I can show you.
Namaste, Dashidelek, and Kususambo again.
Now, one of the things that makes it very unique to go to Bhutan with you, please, we need to be brief because we're running out of time, but tell us a little bit about your unique relationship with the Queen of Bhutan and how you're able to get into really special places because of that connection that you have.
Well, I'm trying to be very brief. It's just kind of like, I guess, a past life. We brought me to Bhutan, but I have been now going for so many years, almost 20 years. And if I add up all the time I have spent in Bhutan, comes almost to 4 years. It's very long. And I be at the advisory board of the Nuns Foundation. I do believe that the helping the nuns, who are actually the women who go into the little villages and teaching the girls and everything. They are like the social workers or the nurses which we have here, and they need to be educated so they can educate the other people. And so I'm really enjoying to be part of that. But more or less, I love this country because it touches you on a level you don't know it in the moment when it happens. Afterwards, you suddenly come like, wow, and it's a love affair of the heart so deeply with that country that when you walk up to a nunnery or a monastery or to a sacred place or you meet people, it's really like another world. And many people call it the Shangri-La or well, I can only say Bhutan will grab your heart and you want to go and see something and experience. It's an experience.
So to learn more about all of this, to learn more about her tours, go to Bhutan, Bhutan, ECO, retreat.com. And that's where you can learn all about her different tours. What you may want to do is, and she's been to Nepal, that's another tour coming up in November. Tahiti, we just saw it in October. And of course, at any time you can come to Maui, especially she's got a special Manifest Your Dreams retreat in July. I might come out for that one. So again, go to bhutanecoretreat.com. And if you click tours, that's where you can get all the specific information about each of these amazing places that Kuturo leads. Again, I wanted to have her here because she is really, truly one of my dearest friends in the world. I've known her for, gosh, what, 35 years, something like that now?
I think 38 almost.
Yeah, 38 years. And she performed the wedding ceremony for my wife and I, and she's just a gem. And so any opportunity to travel and to be with Kuturo, whether it's in Maui or Bhutan or Tahiti or Nepal, it's a blessing. Thank you, Kuturo, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today.
Well, thank you so much, Scott, for your love. And yes, in 2 hours, I'm on my way to Switzerland and Greece. But I want you to know something. For all the concert which Raphael and I gave, we had no better person who announced us to the people than Scott. That was always a highlight for me, how you brought Raphael and me in our concerts to the people. You are really doing so much good work, and thank you for being in my life for all the years. And thank you for everybody who watches, and please just write to me or call me. Love to hear from all of you. Namaste.
Namaste. Now must go. She's a gem, isn't she? I'm wearing the same shirt that I was wearing when I did that pre-record with her last week. Mr. Omashar, what did you, doesn't she have the most delightful voice?
What an amazing, I was wondering what her heritage was.
Swiss.
I guess so at the end, but could not pick it. And what a beautiful spirit she is. And having been to Tahiti, I did an event. I played a gathering in Tahiti. I concur, the waters and the energy out there is somewhat different than Maui and Hawaii. I felt like, you know, the movie from 1,000 years ago called Cocoon, where all these people in their 60s to 80s jumped in the swimming pool and they came out, looking 20. That's how it felt when I was there in the water. It was so clear, so vibrant, so untouched, so phenomenal. And people may balk at, well, how dare you go and swim with whales? But if you do it with respect, it's the most amazingly uplifting, higher consciousness event you could possibly have in your life on the outer. And so, yeah, thank you so much. That was like the icing on the top of the cake for this show. Wow, thank you.
Back when John Lilly was still alive, he really adopted Coutura as his daughter. And John was the world's foremost researcher on whale and dolphin consciousness. They made a couple of movies about him. And Coutura placed the didgeridoo, and we would go out on a whale watching with John, who would kind of be teaching us about whale consciousness. And then she would play her didgeridoo, and the whales would come right up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've experienced that from when I was in Kauai. There was a gentleman there called John Dumas who lives in Sedona, and he's a master didge player. And he'd go out there and drum and flute and didge to them, and they would just come and they spin at all fins, and it's just phenomenal.
Well, you said it was icing on the cake, but actually the real icing on the cake.
Well, I know that.
Your third song. That's the
Right,
real.
let's do it. I mean, it's almost midnight, so why not?
I know, it's crazy, all right? And look, Linda McKenzie is still with us. I just want to acknowledge Linda, even though she was our first guest. I kept looking and said, okay, now is she really with us, or is that a photo? And then I'd see her blink or move her arm. I was like, oh wow, she's still with us. How cool is that? And of course, Eleanor Joy, who so many people, Eleanor Joy, have been delighted to see you up and moving and grooving and dancing. We're all so happy about that. So we love you very much. And take it away, Mr. Omashar.
I will. Where am I going to take it? Okay, I'm going to go there. I'm going to go here.
Finally we know no thought about a future. This moment is all we have to know. We walk the path together, and hand in hand we grow. As we walk on earth, we're building an eternity. Now all can see the way back home again, bridging heaven and earth. Whoa. And now the way is clearer as we rejoice in human form. Our lives becoming dearer. There's truth in everyone. with what mind we think. As we walk on earth, we're building an eternity. Now all can see the way back home again, bridging heaven and earth. Finally we know, bridging heaven and earth.
Beautiful. We're going to go to gallery view one last time to give a big twinkle. Hey, there's Charlotte LaFranc is with us, and Kathy, and all sorts of people who've joined us, the late night crew. And there's Victoria Shaw, who was awesome. So thank you. What a wonderful show. Now I've got some important announcements, everybody. I am going to be doing a big collaboration. We're going to continue, I should say, the collaboration with Lori Grace and the Sunrise Center, where we show films for a live audience. Now, I know the last couple ones we had some technical issues, but we've brought on board a wonderful fellow who has really come up with the right way that we can really include our online audience equally with the in-person audience. And so we're going to be doing 5 film events with the Sunrise Center over the next 2.5 weeks. We're going to kick it off this Wednesday night. The regular Wednesday night Awakening World show will be a movie called The Great Hack. And it's all about how our information's getting hacked. Now, these movies are not always so inspirational. And I always like to keep things inspirational. So we're going to do one Wednesday night with The Great Hack. And then after that, we're going to move our movie nights to Tuesdays and Fridays. So the following week and the week after that, every Tuesday and Friday, for at least a couple of weeks, there will be screenings available to you online that we're showing here at the Sunrise Center. And keep your eye out. Those of you that are subscribers will be sending you all the information you need by email with unique Zoom rooms and such. And for those of you who are watching that are not part of our subscribers, now's the time to do it. We just opened up a new subscription rate, and it's pretty amazing. You can join the Global Peace Tribe, get all the Zoom room links for all of our Wednesday and Saturday shows, plus all these film screenings, plus other special events for the next 5 months, all the way through the end of September. Just go to globalpeacetribe.com, globalpeacetribe.com, click register for the new season. And that'll take you to our registration page. There's a lot of different levels at which you can register, and we want you to come and join us. And again, this will get you all of our links, taking you all the way through until the end of September. So come and join us. There's a lot of wonderful ways to play with us, to connect with us. And now's the time to do it. So come and subscribe and help support us, because we want to grow our audience. It's important for us to continue to grow so we can keep bringing beautiful and wonderful shows to you. All right. Well, I'm going to go to gallery view one last time. Thank you again to our wonderful guests, Linda McKenzie, Victoria Shaw. What a delight to meet both of you. And of course, so many of our regular guests, our regular participants like Sylvia Wild Monk Cherry, on and on. All of you are here. Roger and Bonnie. We're going to celebrate Bonnie's birthday on Wednesday night, by the way. So everybody bring a birthday cake or birthday cupcake or a birthday wish, because we're going to honor Bonnie with some birthday wishes on Wednesday night. And of course, the highlight, I think, is seeing Eleanor Joy up dancing and moving and grooving. Take care, everybody. Much love, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Good night, everyone.